Wasn't The Rock the Tooth Fairy, though? That's kind of pussy, right? I'm not going to lie. Let's be honest here.
And here we go.
You want to be like? Sensitivity equals fucking poverty.
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Check it out, homie.
Guys, welcome to episode 157 of Insensitive Culture. As always, you know me.
What's up, what?
On the other end is...
And that fool Blazer, Ramon.
On the other end is... And we are...
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Make sure you check it out, homie.
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Yeah. Such a stressful week, but you know what? We're not going to put that on you. We're going to bring some good energy, some good questions, some good news, hopefully, or at least whatever the news is. Who cares?
It's never good.
And we have a lot of Hollywood stuff to talk about. Man, I have been stranded without a car for so long, and I have my car back. Finally just got it back, and I'm happy. I'm free. I'm about to just be going places for no reason, and I shouldn't.
I was going to say, gas is still too crazy for that.
Gas is still too crazy, yes, but still, small trips.
Yeah.
Small trips.
How's that feel? Have you driven anywhere yet? Have you? I mean, like, just to feel it?
Nowhere substantial, just, back and forth, trying to, got it back, cleaned it up. Did all the normal things. And, just getting back to that and, a couple other things I'll leave off of the pod. But it's just good to be mobile again. And it sucks when you can't go anywhere. I know we all went through that in 2020, but when you can, when you're able to like go out into the world and go places
going somewhere.
Yeah.
And you're not that's when it sucks.
Oh, it's the worst. Because everyone else just moves on and no one calls you to say, yo, what's up? You need something? You need yo, you up? Nah. It's just, I'm just home.
I'm just chilling.
What y'all do? What y'all do today? Okay.
None. All right.
oh, y'all did all that now. Okay. Oh man, but nah, it feels good. Good. Before anything new?
Before I moved out here, I had to give my lease back to Subaru. So that like when I got out here for at least a month or so, like it was just Ash's car. And so like she was working and she would be gone during the day, and literally like I felt trapped, like stir crazy. Like even if I wanted to like go shopping and just get stuff for dinner, like, just normal shit that I would do while she's out at work, and I couldn't, and it fucking it blew a lot.
Yeah. That's that. You don't even like going places.
Yeah, no, and when I can't, if you tell me I can't go someplace, then
right.
Shit, now I'm trying to go somewhere real quick. But if y'all are inviting me somewhere, like, nah, I'm straight. I'll be all right. I'm chilling. Y'all do you though. Have a good time.
You never know how many places you actually go until you need to go there and you can't.
That's what it is, yeah.
Little stupid shit too. Like I want to go get an ice cream from the gas station. Like just something stupid. Like I'm craving something and I can't fucking go get it unless I want to haul my ass or pay for an Uber.
Bro, the worst part is being stuck at the crib with the kids and you can't do anything. You can't help them get their energy out.
Regardless.
Nothing. You couldn't take them to a museum, to a park, like nothing.
Right.
So it's like, the hell else are we going to do? We're gonna just go play in the parking lot, guys.
Run around, be good.
Watch out for those cars. Hey,
kids will have fun regardless.
Yeah, no, I don't let them do that. Them cars be wild in my parking lot. We have a stop sign right by our apartment, and I barely ever see anybody stopping. Yeah, they come down because it's like a hill, and then it turns into it because that's the only way in, only way out. So there's like a hill that comes down into our apartment complex, and then you either book a left, book a right, or go straight into the different areas of the complex. And they come from that hill. There's a stop sign at the bottom of the hill. Rarely do I see anyone stopping. They just slow down a tiny bit, hit that corner, and book it. And we're like right right by that corner. So yeah, I don't trust it. There'd be kids around my kids' age where I don't know how their parents just lock them out of the house and just don't come back until later. Like that flew when we were kids, but like nah. It's like, yo, when they're knocking on our door, I'm like, yo, where the hell are your parents, yo? Hell no.
Fuck are they knocking on your door for? What do they want you to do?
My kids.
Oh, I'm like, all right, here they are.
Well, yeah, like my son Xander, he's 6, he's turning 7. So, he has little friends in the complex that go to school with him. They'll knock on the door and want to play with him. But unfortunately, I'm one of them parents that my kid ain't going out there by himself to go chill with your little 6, 7-year-old ass. And then I'll just, have him come back whenever. Nah, I got to go with him wherever he's going. Like we're not at that point. Nah.
When does he get to do his own thing? Go chill with his homies.
I don't know. Probably like, I'm sure it'll be like a gradual thing. It just has to be like he has to be responsible in my eyes in order to make that decision. And they're just not there yet. Because like even my 9-year-old who's turning 10 isn't responsible in my eyes, so I wouldn't let her do that either. But maybe at like 12, 13, when they're responding to me in a specific way and I'm able to, you know what I mean? Like dictate what
but then they're going to be doing other stupid shit.
I mean, I don't know, but I guess you're just going to have, it's just something you'll feel. At least I'm hoping, because I don't know, I might be that dad is just like, nah, we all going together. I'm 17. It's like, I don't care. I'm going with you. I probably won't be that bad, but we'll see. Only time will tell.
I'm unsure.
The way
honestly.
the shit is out here.
It's a crazy world, man. Crazy ass shit happens. All the stories that I've seen back in the days in the 70s, the people that went missing and crazy shit. Like,
yeah, you watch too much shit, man. That's what's going on.
Right.
I do, man.
Too many murder docs.
Yeah, I saw one where it was like this was at the mall. 8 and 9-year-old lured like a 2 or 3-year-old out of the store when he was just like playing around the store and his mom was in the store. They saw him, lured the kid out. They walked the kid out of the mall into the world, and they ended up killing that kid. And these are 8 and 9-year-olds to a 2-3-year-old kid.
What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like,
that's some depravity.
Yo, like these docs, yo, they messed my mind up, yo. I can't. Nah, that shit ain't happening on my watch. Oh man. Anyway, let's bring it up. Yeah. I'm sure Dave.
That's wild.
Yeah, because I mean, before we get into that, is like, Johnny, you're a new parent. Mm-hmm. How are you gonna feel about that situation? Like when your daughter grows up to that age.
I have no idea. I tend to not think ahead enough, and I just take situations as they come. So I have no idea. The part of me is the shotgun dad, like ain't nobody touching or going near my kid. And the other part of me is like, gotta give that shit ain't gonna happen to our kid. Like there's a million kids out there. They gonna kill some other kid, not my kid.
Yeah, that's how we all feel.
So yeah, I have no idea. I'll probably just let my wife make all the choices.
That's smart. That's a smart.
Unless I feel that she's being unreasonable.
Yeah,
that's
we haven't bumped heads on. We haven't bumped heads on that part. When it comes to like letting the kids out into the world, she says the same thing. My girl is just like, nope. Like I don't know these kids. Like I don't know what they're what they're all into, what they're doing. They be tripping out here. Nah, I'm good on that. I'm not ready.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest. I ain't even ready to have like parent friends either. Like I don't want to know people that are parents of my kids in school and have to make friends with them. I don't even get along with them. Like, I'm not ready for that type of shit. So
Those forced
who
friendships.
am I going to trust? I don't know. The good thing that I have is that even though it's not local or anything, but at least, my daughter has 2 cousins that are very close in age. One only a few months away, and one only a year older.
Nice.
So, I'm sure she'll get really close with them, and I'll be able to mitigate a lot of that shit.
It's when they go to school and
But it's
they make
the everyday shit. Yeah, the everyday friends shit and the school shit. That's the one that I'm.
And when they make friends on the bus and you live right there, we can okay,
No.
Yeah, exactly. I already told you. Remember, I was telling y'all, like, in my mind, I already fought my kids' friends' parents because he was being a dick towards my son, and I'm just like, yo, I'm ready to, like, if he wants to talk shit, yo, I'm ready to throw down, bro. I don't care. Like, nah, I'm not ready for that either. I don't need no fake friendships just because our kids are friends. Nah, I'm good on that.
Yeah.
If it happens naturally, cool. But other than that,
Right.
fuck out of here.
I mean, if they cool and whatnot, but I ain't
yeah, exactly.
trying
I'm
to
not
get forced into friendship just because our kids are friends.
Yeah.
And it's like, what's up, homie?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you got to say. That's all my
Picking up
dad would
that
say
thing.
to my friends, really. Just, hey, what's up? Cool. All right. He didn't give a fuck.
Right. And our parents never chilled with our homies' parents. Nah.
They barely knew him.
Shit. I didn't even have homies. All I had was church friends. So my parents did chill with them.
Yeah. We were the ones that would show up and they're like, pero quién son estos? Who are these? Who are these kids?
Right.
Oh, man. All right. Set us up, Dave.
Question.
All right, fellas. One of these actors have got to go. Kevin Hart.
Are you always trying to murder people?
No, they ain't got to die. They just their movie catalog is gone. That's all. It's not. They're still alive somewhere, just working at like Home Depot. Kevin Hart, Jamie Foxx, Ryan Reynolds, Chris Rock. This is from The Movie House on YouTube. I get a bunch of crazy questions that pop up into my feed, and I thought this was interesting.
One has to go?
One has to go.
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock, gone. No
All of his
stand-up, no movies. No nothing.
What movies does he have that I give a fuck about?
Movies that he's in, or movies he's the main character?
Movies that he's in.
So like even like New Jack City, gone.
Pootie Tang, gone. Yep.
New Jack City could go. Pootie Tang, great time at the time. That can go. Like there's
I don't
nothing.
want Pootie Tang to go.
Grown-ups can go.
Grown-ups are funny though.
Yeah, they're all right. there's nothing that he's done movie wise that it's between him and Kevin Hart.
I was gonna say, what has Kevin Hart done that's so fucking groundbreaking? I mean, he has some funny stand-up specials, but his movies are just cookie cutter Kevin Hart bullshit, right?
Yeah, but I still enjoy more of Kevin Hart stuff than I care about any of Chris Rock stuff.
But Jamie Foxx and Ryan Reynolds, they're in.
Yeah, no, they gotta stay.
Yeah, we can't get rid of like Deadpool or
No.
other Jamie Foxx stuff.
Right. No. And I will say that with like Chris Rock now, he's starting to get into a good bag.
Yeah, he is.
With the drama side of stuff. He did well in Fargo, the TV show.
That's right. I totally even forgot about that.
He did well in that. He was what movie did we watch recently that we all talked about with Margot Robbie and
Babylon?
Babylon?
Not Babylon, the other one.
Oh, Amsterdam.
Amsterdam. I believe he had a cameo in that. He had a small role in that.
He did.
So like he's now starting to really get into his drama side of things and like have some better roles. Where like if we had this discussion in maybe like a few years and he's done a bit more of that, then it would be tougher. But he's right there with Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart just has way more stuff, and it's not like they're amazing, spectacular stuff. But I'd rather since it's all disappearing, I'd rather watch Chris Rock's whole catalog disappear before I let 40-Year-Old Virgin disappear.
That's not a bad point.
Wait, who's in 40-Year-Old Virgin?
He was in there for 3 seconds in the store.
y'all.
He was the customer there with the guns. He was like, clack, clack.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You riding with him?
That's tough.
I'm clapping both of y'all when I come back.
The whole movie has to go away just because he was in there for 3 seconds?
What if 40-Year-Old
Can't
Virgin
we just
could
get rid of
stay?
his character and say, like, we stuck somebody else in that spot? Good God.
I know.
These rules.
I mean, same could go for New Jack City.
Oh,
The rule has to be the movie disappears.
Yo,
don't know.
Osmosis Jones is tight. I don't know when last time you saw Osmosis Jones was, but it fucks. It holds up.
Okay, I'm
when it
trying to
dropped.
think, like, besides Deadpool, what is so awesome about Ryan Reynolds' career?
Waiting was dope.
Waiting was dope.
Okay.
There was he came out with a couple movies
Just
recently
Friends.
that were good.
That movie, Just Friends,
Just Friends.
is
Oh,
really, really funny. I enjoy that one a lot.
That's one of my favorites. I like that.
What's the Sandra Bullock one where they have to get married? One's
Proposal?
from Canada. I love that too. I have a soft
You're
spot
a
for
hard
a lot
rom-com side here.
a lot of
Amityville Horror was dope too. With Ryan
Word?
Reynolds.
Never saw it.
That was a good one.
He was bearded, right? He had the beard.
Yeah, yeah. He played the
jacked.
dad.
Yeah,
That was
scary.
Yeah. That was a low end of Ryan Reynolds' career.
And I bet Ryan Reynolds produces a lot of stuff too. That's that
the
fucks.
production stuff disappears
I
as
mean,
well?
if they're gone,
everything
they're gone,
he's
right?
attached to. Let's just keep it to whatever they're in. Let's just keep it to that. Like we ain't gotta
Jesus.
be all crazy.
I don't know.
He had a lot of movies that can get fucked too, like Blade
He has
3.
a ton of movies that could get fucked. And to be fair, so does Jamie Foxx. Like, Jamie Foxx has a lot of shit movies.
Yeah, but
that
he
I'm
has
not,
a lot of great movies. He has
Booty Call.
He has
Booty Call is a
he has a few
classic.
great movies. Collateral.
I love Collateral. Yeah,
Collateral is great.
What the fuck was Collateral? I don't
with
know.
Tom
The
Cruise.
one with
where
him and
he's the
Tom Cruise.
hitman?
He's the Tom. Jamie Foxx is the cab driver, and Tom Cruise is the hitman. He gets
Oh,
in his
yeah.
cab.
That was like one of his first
him drive him
dramatic
around.
roles.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
the football movie with Jamie Foxx.
Any Given Sunday.
Any Given Sunday. Yeah, I love Any Given Sunday.
And Ali would go away. He just, I don't know. He's just all around, I think, a great actor, great comedian.
Mm-hmm.
He's been so many good things that they overshadow his bad stuff. So to me, it brings it down to Chris Rock and Kevin Hart, really.
Yeah, I'm going Kevin Hart.
That's fair.
His stand-up's all right, but I don't care for none of his movies. Although Get Hard is really, really
You
funny,
did like
dude.
Get Hard.
I love Get Hard a lot, but that's mostly because of Will Ferrell. Honestly, like I think there's a bunch of dudes that could have played that Kevin Hart part, but yeah, gotta get rid of Get Hard. CIA was the Central Intelligence with The Rock there. I see that on TV sometimes. Those all right. There's some funny stuff in there, but like I said, it's nothing I couldn't do without.
Yeah. I just can't name many Chris Rock performances that are just like makes me want to keep him around.
I mean, his stand up honestly. His stand-up over the years has been super solid.
Like, I haven't seen this last one, and honestly, I don't even know if I'm going to throw it on.
It was funny.
I don't know.
The prejudice against Chris Rock is so harsh over here.
Yeah, that's just, I guess.
Nah, it's love for
I'm
Kevin
just not
Hart.
I don't know. I'm just not a huge Chris Rock fan, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. You're not even gonna give his newest stand-up a shot. So like, I'm not even gonna probably.
I'll watch the next season of Emily
I'll
in Paris.
watch some
but
fucking romantic ass movie on Netflix before I watch some stand-up from Chris Rock. No doubt.
Yeah, pretty much.
who you going with, Johnny?
Watch
Who you
King
going
of
with?
Queens for sure before I fucking, and that's never gonna happen.
I think I'm gonna go Ryan Reynolds. Just, I don't think I absolutely think he nails Deadpool, and that's probably been his greatest triumph and his biggest comeback. And before Deadpool, he was almost gone. Like, I'm trying to think what he did before Deadpool that was good, and I don't want to like pull up the IMDb's on all these guys, but I can't. And the things that he did, prior to that, like, you guys named a couple of them, and I'm just like, the Proposal could get bent.
Proposal's tight. You're fucked.
The Best Friends, whatever. Fuck that movie. Van Wilder. I mean, Waiting is probably a good one, but
yeah,
that's probably the only one that I would be sad to see.
Free Guy was
leave.
good.
Free Guy, fucking
Free Guy was good.
Free Guy was good. Free Guy was
good, but it's not like, I mean, it's just as good as the Chris Rock stand-up special.
Nah, but when
like,
you add it to
get the
Deadpool,
fuck outta
that
here.
takes it to another level. Because I'm weighting
No
Deadpool very
way.
heavily.
You're giving me a get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
The Free Guy being
Get
like
right the
an
fuck
awesome fucking movie.
I think it was awesome, but it was a good time.
Well, not you. Like, I said, it's as good as the Chris Rock stand-up. Then Wack says, "Get the fuck out of here!" Like,
because you're
Free
comparing
Guy
a movie
is
to
not
a Chris
going-
Rock stand-up.
Free Guy is not in the top 250 movies of the last 5 years.
I think
Like,
it is.
come
I
on.
think it is. The last
No.
250?
No, maybe top 250, but not top 200. Fuck out of here. Free Guy was fun. It was like just a popcorn movie. If I hadn't watched it for free on Plex, I probably would have never seen it.
Oh, I got to look up Ryan Reynolds movies now.
Yeah, no, I'm looking it up. He doesn't have much. Safe House was dope.
Safe House was him and Denzel, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, these are like good movies.
that was 2012.
They're like good. Like, they're nothing I'm like personally
that's cool.
pining for.
Smoking Aces was dope. Just Friends, I guess just
Smoking Aces, yeah.
Friends and Waiting for me would keep them. And Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. Just those
That's
three
right.
right
That
there.
little snippet in Harold and Kumar is the doctor.
You see, the bullshit ass rule is fucking it up. Because that would suck to lose goddamn Harold and Kumar because of his 30-second role.
It's tough.
Oh, fucking Blade Trinity, get the fuck out of here.
I feel you.
No one ever claimed Blade Trinity was why we're keeping Ryan Reynolds. That's an abomination. But it happens. I want to know. I don't want to know why you're getting rid of Ryan Reynolds. I want to know why you're not getting rid of Kevin Hart. That's the real. That's the real question. What's so good about Kevin Hart that you're like,
nothing.
No, he should stay.
I like his stand-ups. That's it.
It's really a toss-up between the two of them for me. And it's just there's more joy, I think, with Kevin Hart shit than I get with Ryan Reynolds. It's a toss up between the two of them.
He's going around just to be different.
I'll just yeah.
Okay.
I'll axe him out just to be different.
All right.
I don't hate Kevin Hart, and I know my wife loves him, so for her sake, I'll keep him around.
Yeah. The only thing, because I'm looking up, and we're spending way too much time on this, but the only thing that I'm looking up on like Chris Hart that would make me consider
Chris Rock?
Not like it's everyone hates Chris. Everybody hates Chris.
That's a big one.
Did you say Chris Hart?
He
Did I
did.
say Chris Hart? Chris Rock. My bad. Oh, and The Longest Yard. The Longest Yard was pretty good.
Ooh, yeah, Longest Yard.
That was a good.
I think the problem with Kevin Hart is an oversaturation of Kevin Hart shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just been too much stuff that's come out
A lot of shit.
with him involved it makes you feel just like, what the fuck, bro?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm gonna have to omit this and go with Kevin Hart now.
I like it.
Just for a couple things here. Dogma.
Yeah.
Fucking love Dogma. And he was in that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I did enjoy Lethal Weapon 4, even though it was the tail end, and it was one of the.
That was the Jet Li one, right?
Lethal Weapon 4.
Yeah.
Damn.
We're going deep in the bag here, Johnny.
Yeah.
To
But
save
also,
Chris Rock.
But also, that means because he was in these two, In Living Color, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Martin, and the Bernie Mac show would have to disappear.
Ooh.
Yeah,
And
no.
I'm like, nah, sorry,
Can't kill
Kevin
any
Hart
of
could
those.
get fucked.
Kevin Hart. Whew. Along Came Polly.
Oh, I do like
40-year-old
That was a good
virgin.
one.
Those are tough.
Yeah.
None of these do I care about. Oof. Party Down. Damn.
Oh, that's the show that you're
That's a tough one.
that's the thing you're into, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I fucking love that show. Then it's just a shit ton of movies that he's been in that.
Yeah, his stand-ups mainly are what I enjoyed, like the earlier ones.
Yes.
But yeah, sorry.
Sorry, Kev.
Chris Rock has been involved. He's been in the credits of some classic stuff, and even though I'm not a fan of a majority of his things, even like Fresh Prince, sorry, yeah, if he was involved in there, I can't say goodbye to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Right. Not Uncle Phil.
Nah,
Yeah.
can't do Uncle Phil like
definitely
that.
not. No, I think I'm gonna stick with Ryan.
All right.
Okay.
Fuck the white guy.
You did put up a good argument
did.
for Ryan Reynolds.
You always put up a compelling argument for your wrong answers.
But I just really like Ryan Reynolds.
I know. That's the hard part because I do as well.
He's very likable.
I think I like the person Ryan Reynolds more than I like
Right.
the person Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
There's just too few awesome things before like 2015.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Totally.
All right. What's the next question?
All right. If you were cremated, where would you want your ashes spread? And where would you be super pissed about if they were spread?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So
If I were cremated,
yeah.
I would want my ashes spread on beautiful, remote, like island, beach type shit. I've always said it, actually, that when I go, I would love to be in a position where I could just tell my family to cremate me, take a trip to Hawaii, like wherever, somewhere beautiful.
Not Puerto
And
Rico?
just leave my ashes there, but make me the excuse for them to go somewhere dope.
So somewhere tropical, blue water.
Yeah, somewhere
sands,
tropical, beautiful. Yeah, mix me into the sand on a fucking dope ass beach or some shit. Like
Okay.
whatever.
Do you want to be cremated?
I think so. I
Yeah?
think I'm good with that. Yeah. What's the?
Really?
I never understood the point of just putting us in the ground and just to give people a headstone, like to stop by and.
Shits are expensive too. That's how they get you.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, what's the purpose of that? Just to give people a place to go to and forget about?
It's for the living, yeah.
Yeah, put
those
that up
living
wherever
people.
the fuck. Yeah, put that up wherever the fuck you want, in like your home. Put a picture of me and say hi to me there. Because like every time I see people's gravestones and stuff, they're not kept. You know what I mean? Or, you know, at some point somebody's going to stop giving a fuck and then it's just there. So, put me on an island somewhere. Whatever. Where would I be pissed? Fucking a litter box? Like, I don't fucking know.
They just toss the urn in the garbage. They're like, oh, it's just Wop.
Yeah, exactly.
He's
It's
dead.
like-
He don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but even at that point, do I actually give a fuck? No, I'll be on to the next life. Shit doesn't
fair.
matter.
Nope. Being buried, cremated, none of it really matters, right? You don't fucking know
True
what the
that.
fuck's going on.
Right, exactly.
It's all for us.
But that's the worst that you could do is just be like, well, fuck them, toss it in the trash and move on with your day. Like, you know what I mean?
Just put him in the dumpster. He
Yeah.
won't know the difference.
Nah.
He will not.
Yeah.
You know where I'll lead with my word. I'll be pissed. I would be pissed if they spread my ashes at a graveyard.
Facts.
It's like, what the fuck?
Just
the whole point of
bury
cremating
yeah.
me.
We paid to get cremated. You're just
We
going to put me in a
paid.
fucking cemetery?
You're just gonna put me in a fucking cemetery again, you rat bastards.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
No, honestly, my preference is mausoleum.
Ooh.
I think right now, at least, I think I like the mausoleum idea. It's nice and cozy.
Mm-hmm.
It's always maintained.
Yep.
Your family doesn't have to maintain it, and
Right.
always keep like Wak was saying. The gravestone's never kept up. The mausoleum, somebody else is dusting it and keeping it maintained constantly. If your family does want to visit and you're in a cold area like up north in the Northeast, they can visit all year round. Never have to worry about the cold. Nice and toasty on the inside.
Okay.
And if you spring for it, you get like marble and all this fancy shit.
No, they can get wild.
They can look really nice. So I think I would go either with like the big mausoleum or maybe a private family mausoleum, like
Ooh, that's baller.
like a Coco, or like breaks into the big family
Yeah, and still a guitar.
mausoleum thing. Or like I always think about like New Orleans, like they're pretty much like all above ground cemeteries, graves.
Yep.
That's probably why it's
Which
one
is
of the
kind of
haunted-
creepy.
most haunted places in the world.
That's kind of creepy. But I'm not getting buried down there. Where I would, if I did the cremation thing, I would probably go. I would request like multiple places, not so spread a little me here, spread a little me there. I would say places on my bucket list that I never got to. So I don't know. Right now it would be like Alaska, maybe some tropical shit like the Maldives or something like that.
Okay.
Or the Canary Islands, some Ivory Coast. I've got like a lot of like wild ass random shits that I may never get to or land at just because they're even with all the money in the world, it just
It's a
doesn't
pain in the
always make
ass.
sense to go. Yeah. There's always too much shit to do. You can't just travel wherever the fuck you want just because you got money.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, even if I had like fucking hit the mega mills or some shit, may still never get to some places. The moon, Mars, if we ever get there.
Dope.
Yeah, I would put a list of places that I want to go to, and whatever's not checked off, spread some ashes there. So I could say that even in my afterlife, parts of my body made it there.
Parts of all kinds of parts.
Can you imagine if
just
they
my
spread
fingernail
your ashes on Mars, and that like
started some like
Johnny civilization,
zombie, zombie
like
apocalypse?
That would be wild. Like that's
Martians
all you had to
are
do.
born.
That's all you guys had to do this whole time.
I like mate with the few water molecules available on Mars.
Johnny's fucking water.
Yeah,
a new alien race.
Oh man, somehow marijuana makes it out there because of it too.
Like
nice.
Born of my body. That would be beautiful.
His whole essence. Dave, what are you going with?
I was tempted to say somewhere tropical, like Bora Bora, like just fucking shoot my ashes off the fucking dock into that crystal clear ass water and shit.
Yeah.
And that would be dope. Don't get me wrong.
Let's just
I
pollute it.
I hope to go to Bora Bora someday, just because you always see it in movies and TV, and it just fucking looks so dope and so wild. But yeah, if I were cremated, I don't even know that I want to be cremated. That always kind of freaked me out a little bit. Just like as a kid, whenever somebody died, like they usually weren't cremated, at least in my family. It was always like the Italian wake and then the funeral and then the burial at the cemetery. You know, everyone drives down there. It's like that was always how I thought it was supposed to go when you died. Yeah. If I were cremated, though, I want to be spread in Yankee Stadium. Somewhere in the grass, somewhere, outfield maybe. Doesn't even matter. Just throw me out in the field, and I know at some point that stadium's not going to be used anymore, and they'll have a new one. But it'd be part of that foundation. And I would be super pissed if somebody spread my ashes at Fenway Park. Because fuck the Red Sox and fuck all that bullshit. I'm not trying to fuck around.
I agree with that. Yeah. And I said graveyard, especially a graveyard in Boston.
Ooh.
Fuck Boston.
Nowhere in Massachusetts.
Sorry to our Boston
Keep me
listeners.
Out of Massachusetts and Ohio.
But fuck Boston. I hate that town. Not the residents, just the town.
Yeah, no, just the actual location itself, which is gorgeous, but I still fucking hate it because it's terrible. I always wanted to be part of, I want my ashes, make them into like a necklace or have it pressed into a jewel of some sort.
Oh.
Put it in something so that my wife can wear it, or whoever's still alive, my kids, and just sort of keep them
Turn
with me.
you into a diamond?
Yeah, just
sure.
Put me into
some herb and smoke me.
Turn me into
Cap
something
off
crystallized
your blood.
and sexual.
Just twist that shit up. Puff me. What do you want to be in? A dildo?
He wants to be a glass dildo.
Turn me into a glass dildo or some shit.
I mean, if a dope ass chick's gonna be using it, you never know who's gonna be.
I mean,
plunging you in your ass. It could be Diplo for all we know.
I would hope it's my girl.
Oh, holy shit!
Then if she tossed that out, where is it gonna go?
Salvation Army.
Yep, straight to Diplo's house.
Straight to Diplo's house. He won't look at it though. He won't look at it. He'll just eye contact.
No. He'll just sit on it.
Yeah.
All right.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not that there's
not
anything
at
wrong
all.
with that.
It's encouraged.
No, but before we move on, I hadn't been to. I've been to two types of cremation services.
Ooh.
One was crazy, like what's the word that I'm looking for? It was like it wasn't as it wasn't traditional as far as like what we're used to, because same thing. My family, everybody's buried. So same thing, wake, burial, whatever. Went to one cremation that was rough, and that was because they did the same thing that you would normally do for a funeral. And except you're like going on the highway, you go to the cremation place, and we actually saw them drop the casket into the thing and start the fire.
Jesus.
That was wild.
What?
Yeah. Well,
I didn't even know that was a thing that you could see that.
Well, you don't see the fire. You just see them go into the machine. The door closes, and then they.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing where anyone.
I didn't know that until
besides the private family could see.
It.
Shit.
Yeah, that was one way. I don't know if it was. I don't know if it was just like the culture of the family, because it was. One of my Asian friends' family. I don't know if that had to do with it or what. But like my girl's grandfather, he passed away about a year ago, and the service was different. The family, like when we went to the wake, he had already been cremated, and all we were looking at were like photos, loving pictures and stuff. Mm-hmm. And the urn was there, and they were set around the urn. So you're there for the family, say, give them your wishes and say your sorries and just kind of chill there and reminisce. It wasn't the experience of being at the wake, seeing, the body there. Because I always found that to be an odd thing to do. Yeah. It's always like there's no celebration there. You know what I mean? Of life. Yeah. It's just really just the mourning of the death. Whereas the cremation, with the doing that privately, the urn there, pictures, it allowed for people to more talk about the good times and not focus on the person that's that's gone. So but those were my two experiences. I don't know if that sways you in one way or another, but I think like that second one made me feel like, yeah, I could probably be cremated. I could be good with that.
Yeah, I mean that's okay. I don't know if I'd want everyone watching my shit go in there. And that's kind of sad.
Yeah, that was sad.
That was wild. That was crazy. Yeah, I
don't think anyone needs to see me burn.
That was intense, because obviously, like after dropped in, fire went on. People started grieving right there, like really loudly and stuff, and it's like, I could do without that stuff.
Yeah, it seems unnecessary.
Yeah.
I think I've been told too many times in my life that if I continue down this same path, I will burn forever in hell, that I don't really want to see my body burned after I die.
That's fair. That's fair.
Even though that's unlikely to be the case. I don't need the picture for the rest of my family to watch me and say, see, I told you he was going to burn.
He's burning. All that reefer smoking.
In your case, I could see that. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on.
What if they turned it into like an Ash Wednesday kind of thing where they cremate you and then everyone has to go up and they fucking right on your fucking forehead, bro. Like, yo, there's Walk right there. There's my homie. That's what's up.
I mean, wear me with pride, fellas.
I got you.
Yeah. Don't let me wash off.
I wouldn't shower for at least a couple days.
Yeah. At least.
I see. That's true family right there.
Yeah.
Got you. Don't ever forget it.
Oh, that would be crazy though. I don't know. I wouldn't know how to feel.
No, I would never do that shit.
No. Human body ash on you, son?
No human body ash on my
No. Fuck no. Like, yo, it's probably his dick on my forehead, yo. This is gay as a motherfucker. Get this shit off me.
Got my balls in your forehead. I'd come to you, like, I'd come and haunt you for just one day. Just be like, that was my balls on your forehead, bitch.
Hey, yo, pause, cuh. My balls was on your forehead. Shit, he got me. Even in the afterlife, he knows.
In the afterlife.
Got him.
Oh, all right. What's the last question?
Last question. This is a fight to the death. So somebody does actually have to die here, unfortunately. We got a murder coming up. We have The Rock. We have John Cena. Fight to the death.
Oh,
their movies will still be around after they die, so you don't have to take that into consideration.
The Rock or John Cena?
I would say 2-3 years ago, I probably would have chosen The Rock. But now I'm going to go with John Cena.
I still say The Rock.
We have a Rock and we have a Cena, huh? Looks like I'm the tiebreaker.
So the reason why I would go for The Rock is I just feel like he's stronger mentally person, I guess. We're now seeing that he does have a real competitive side to him. That's even though he does all the positive stuff, I think because he has a stronger personality and everything like that. Like I don't know. I think he would overpower John Cena
with emotion.
Nah.
Wait, are you asking? Who do we think would win?
Yes.
Or who would we want to win?
Who do we think would win?
Oh.
You're just voting for who you like best. It's like,
yeah.
I like John Cena best. I hope he wins.
You said somebody had to die. You didn't say how.
Yeah.
They're going to be murdered in a fight to the death.
They're fighting each other.
They're fighting
to the
each
death.
other, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think The Rock is more athletic than John Cena. I think John Cena is
really. What makes you think that John Cena is? So you think he's more like weightlifter, just cut and doesn't have?
I mean, he is athletic. Obviously, he was in the. They were both WWE, and
champions.
They did a lot.
Yeah.
But I feel like, especially more recently, The Rock moves smoother than John Cena does. Where John Cena is still very stiff.
Like Peacemaker. Like what is?
Yeah, like in Peacemaker, which is very recent. Like he's like extra jacked, right?
Yeah.
And he's only gotten bigger, although he's been in a couple rom-coms lately where again, still pretty extra jacked. I feel like he's still more stiff than The Rock. So I think The Rock would beat John Cena heads up. Death match.
Heads up death match. I wish celebrity death match were still a thing. That'd be
a good celebrity death match.
That is a good celebrity death match.
Let's get it on.
Let's get it on. Fucking Miles Lane.
Yeah. Rest in
My
peace.
homie. Is he dead?
I was just gonna say rest in peace, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
He's dead.
So Johnny Rock. Walk Rock?
Yep.
Yeah, I gotta go The Rock too. I feel like he's bigger, dude. I feel like he's just. I feel like he's taller. First of all,
he's probably taller. But not much. John Cena's pretty tall as well.
Is he? He always looked like
John
at least in wrestling, he looked shorter.
The Rock, The Rock's significantly taller than John Cena.
Significantly.
John Cena's 6'1".
John Cena is 6'1". Damn. Okay, that is pretty tall. I mean, it's not short.
The Rock is 6'5".
Oh, okay.
So he's taller.
Inches. Yeah, he's definitely taller. But 6'1" is no slouch. That's not
6'1" is no slouch. Yeah, he ain't short.
Yeah. No, I mean, Cena's got the muscles for sure. But I mean, even The Rock has been super, super cut recently. But Cena's always just been fucking chiseled, like since old school WWE.
But that just, as much as I believe they're both on extra stuff, like Cena screams like he's on extra stuff.
Yeah.
The way his muscles are cut.
Nah, they both, I don't know. The Rock is on some extra stuff, I would have to say.
Like I'm saying, they both look like it. But I think it's just the way Cena's muscles are cut that he's got like that one, like that really small muscle that's like on top of the bicep, where the bicep like turns into like a knuckle. You got that bicep knuckle. Like that shit. It just looks a little extra phony for me.
Yeah.
Which in turn makes me feel like his athleticism, I guess, is less, like the ability to move around and actually fight versus. But yeah, it's hard to say that when you know that they're both wrestlers and are very athletic.
Yeah,
like
I'm
crazy.
They're not just like gold gym muscle heads,
right?
Yeah, I'm solely basing this off of yes, The Rock is huge, but so is John Cena, like you said. But it's more so of the recent actions of The Rock, because he's always been. It always happens like that, right? When someone is. When they have this personality that they're trying to portray, this character where they're just like great human beings, right? And then the asshole stories start to surface at some point. Those stories have been surfacing about The Rock, and I think that he's just more of a you could tell like he can be an asshole when he wants to be. He could be aggressive when he wants to be. And if John Cena got in his face or anything like that, he would not turn the fuck down. He would not back off. He would just be the aggressor.
Yeah,
and
John Cena would back down.
I'm thinking like The Rock would be the aggressor, and I think that is what's making me feel like he would win that.
I agree. I feel like John Cena's a teddy bear.
Yeah.
They both play these characters online, but on WWE, but it's like, I
wasn't The Rock the Tooth Fairy though?
Fuck him up.
That's kind of pussy, right? I'm not gonna lie, like, let's be honest here. If that's where we're going with this, I feel like
I'm not saying that
they're both pussy-ish.
They can't act pussy-ish, but I feel like their actual
demeanors,
day-to-day character, like when I see them in interviews, and they do their, when The Rock is on Good Morning America and John Cena's on the Today Show, playing their light-heartedest character that they can play, to the public. The John Cena does seem like he's a little lighter. He's a little softer.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
I think The Rock would take him.
Yeah,
that extra 4 inches.
I agree.
That too. That doesn't hurt.
Yeah, that's all the questions, fellas. Do we have some news clips?
Now you know how it goes.
You know what it's time for. News clips.
So maybe by the time you hear this will be a thing. Maybe not. They told us that Trump was going to get arrested today. And it hasn't happened because I didn't think it was really going to happen because it's all fake news.
Right. See what you did there.
But maybe Trump gets arrested tomorrow, or maybe he gets arrested next week. Who the fuck knows? Maybe he doesn't get arrested at all. You know how it is with rich people. They let them know ahead of time. Mm-hmm. They give them the heads up.
They pick the rich people get to pick a date and time. Like, I'll be arrested this date at this time. They get to choose when they're going to be arrested, which I find very, very funny.
Yeah, that's how it was for the dude from The Staircase, right?
Pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
he got to pick a time date where he's got. I got to handle some shit, and then I'll come get arrested, and you guys can do what you need to do.
Pays to have money, I guess.
Shit, you're not kidding.
So yeah, apparently, at least there's multiple cases currently against your former president. But the New York one is the most recent one and the most likely to possibly be ready to actually indict at some point this week, which is the first time, if it happens, would be the first time ever that a former president gets indicted for a crime. Mm-hmm. I guess, an indictment is basically the same thing as an impeachment. So he's already been impeached twice.
That's old news.
Which is basically like being indicted twice. But he's never been convicted. Never been like brought to trial. No. He did have a trial in the Senate, and they did not vote to convict. And so that's like a trial. So yeah, that's one of the biggest stories happening now. This time, the New York one is about the Stormy Daniels hush payments that apparently, allegedly, even though he's admitted to doing it on his Truth Social posts, allegedly Michael Cohen, his lawyer, paid Stormy Daniels when she was going to publish a story about getting paid to sleep with, at that time, I can't remember. I think he was still running for president the first time.
Yeah.
And so she was about to publish a story, and then Michael Cohen went and paid her off. And then he paid Michael Cohen back. And apparently maybe did it with like campaign money or something like that. And that's the thing that is like a campaign finance allegation. And so that's the current charge up against your boy. Yeah. Then there's the whole Georgia thing, where I think there's more of a case there, where we've all heard the recording of him saying, you know, I need you to find 11,780 more votes, which is one more than we got, because we all know that 400,000 illegal people voted or some shit like that. That one I think has much more legs.
Okay.
Where, I mean, if the New York City thing happens, it'll happen. I don't know that he'll get indicted. I doubt he'll get convicted. And even if he does get convicted, I don't think that's like a jail time thing. It's
right.
like he'll get probation. Like, who fuck cares?
Yeah, he doesn't.
The Georgia thing seems a little bit more serious, but yeah. So maybe by the time you hear this, something will have happened. Maybe not.
I mean, in the end, we know one thing is true, and it's all the libs. It's the libs' fault.
Always.
It's the libs. It had nothing to do with the recordings, the fact that he admitted to doing these things that are illegal. It's all conspiracy.
Yeah.
Right.
Set forth by.
It was all Hillary and Hunter Biden's laptop.
The Democrat. Yeah.
Those were the two responsible parties for this bullshit.
Yep.
I track.
I mean, I constantly try to tell people, like, because there's so many people, especially like you see on like on Twitter and whatnot, that especially on, you know, this thing pops up and the libs get all hyped thinking that they're gonna bring down Trump. Finally, he's gonna get his. And I'm like, listen, if the man literally was recorded and admitted to saying the comment about grabbing women by the pussy, and that did not injure or affect him in any way,
probably helped him.
There's nothing that could stop this guy.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what he does. You could catch him red-handed, like he
middle of Fifth Ave, right? You could shoot somebody in the middle of Fifth Ave.
In the middle of Fifth Ave, I can murk somebody. Nobody would say anything because his supporters hate liberals more than they care about what he does.
Yeah, 100%.
I just because you know me, I don't care about politics, but I just found out with QAnon was, and oh my God, the fucking stupidity.
Oh my God, you just found
I
out?
was going to say, you've been missing out on a lot of stupidity, my guy.
Yeah. No, I know. Because I don't like it's.
I kind of wish you hadn't, because now you hear about it. It just makes you.
I mean, I've heard it.
Faith.
I heard like QAnon and all that stuff, and I just didn't care enough because politics is one of those things, bro. It's like if I really get into it, I'm gonna look at a lot of people differently, and I'm already like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just like same conversation that we're having. It's like, yo, how the fuck can you support this person when these are the facts, right? And that's why I just don't want to go down that rabbit hole, because when I go down that rabbit hole, I'm going to be that person that's just going to be angry at the stupidity of the people that are just following this person. And I already feel that way when it comes to a lot of shit. The shit that was obvious to me, right? But then I was listening to Tennis Pod. They were talking about conspiracies and everything, and then he described what QAnon was. And I was just like, what? All right. So now it's really, oh my God.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The stupidity. Things I've heard about, but I didn't know that was like connected to that. It's insanity. It's like, I just don't understand like how people, put it this way. I can see how cults are a thing. You know what I mean? Like, I can see how people are fucking duped into believing what this fucking idiot is spewing, and them thinking, oh my God, yes, I'm going to follow this man until, till the mothership picks us up. It's because people are fucking stupid. And that's pretty much it. Anyway.
Facts. All right. Not politics. So this has been making the rounds. It happened, I think, a little bit later last week. But the ex-wife of NBA basketball player Larsa Pippen was on the Real Housewives of Miami reunion and said that she and Scottie Pippen were having sex 4 times a night for 23 years.
I call cat.
And when she was pressed on it, so her quote was, "I was married for 23 years. I've always had sex 4 times a night. I had sex 4 times a night, every night. I've never had a day off for 23 years. They pressed her, and she said, yeah, I swear. Then the reunion host said, Marcus, her new boo, has big shoes to fill, which she says, he wears a size 15, so he's okay. But that's a lot. 28 times a week for 20 years.
What about when he's on the road playing basketball? Like they're in different cities. She's flying out, or she's still fucking. She didn't say who she was fucking 4 times a day.
True.
How is she can't be traveling with the team just to smash this dude 4 times a day?
Twice with Scotty, twice with 2 others.
There you go.
I call cat because of the whole 4 times a night. 4 times a night for 23 years. Also, it's hilarious that it's 23 years. And she's currently fucking Michael Jordan's son. But 4 times a night? No. 4 times a day? I can understand that. You get morning, afternoon, evening, night kind of thing. Like throughout the day, you have sex 4 times, but 4 times at night, I don't know about that.
That's a lot of work.
That's bullshit.
I'm not even trying to fuck
That's a lot of work in a small amount of time.
I don't even know if I'm trying to fuck 4 times a week.
I mean, 4 times a week is good. I think that's the sweet spot right there. Like, you're not every day. You don't got to worry about, oh, man.
It's not every day. You're right.
Second time today? Yeah. Fuck, dude. Like, I just busted. I got to get my shit back together and shoot out 3 more loads. Like, when you shoot that first, you're like, I got 3 more. We gotta get ready here. There's no more jerking off. You're done. There's no more porn. You can't be jerking off while you're fucking 4 times a day. I'm sorry.
Yo, and then never have a day off So 4 times even while she's on the rag?
Ooh.
4 times?
I mean, maybe
Yeah, I
once.
call cap. If
it's her birthday.
There's a lot of cap in there. There's probably some truth to it, but there's not. It can't possibly be.
Maybe
just
on
20
average. Let's call
23
it on
years.
average, right? I've had 18,000 nuts in 23 years. Divided by 23, it comes out to 4 times, maybe. But fuck that. Yeah, she was tripping.
Yeah, she's tripping. She's tripping.
Like, babe, I'm just trying to watch the
about-
show real quick. Fuck. I'm trying I've been waiting for this all day. I'm not trying to fuck again. God damn.
At the end of the day, I mean, I don't know what she's doing, but back in those days when he was on the team and it was the 90s and whatnot, I'm pretty sure that was her job, and that's why she had to do it 4 times a day, because this man is out there making them the money, and this was her job, was to raise the kids and to relieve this man of his nut.
Literally.
Yeah, so it could be plausible that it was 4 times a day, 4 times a night though. Like,
Yeah, that's a stretch.
fuck are you doing here? That's crazy.
Fuck him.
That shit starts hurting.
Fuck him. That's what she's doing.
That shit starts hurting the guy.
You're out of juice.
Yeah. Shit just gets painful after a little bit.
Oof.
Even with like
Not
an
for
hour
me.
in between.
You're not making that much more jizz in an hour. Like, you're still just like
Nah,
a
son.
pump.
Yeah, nah.
And then you feel bad about yourself on that 4th nut when barely anything comes out. You're like, fuck. What kind
Now-
of bitch ass nut was that?
If she backed that up with the fact that he was on like fucking ecstasy fucking habit or some sort of coke habit where it would just like, this is the reason why this was happening that often, then I can say, okay, like, all right, that's a little bit more plausible. But just like straight up, just coming through the door, all right, we're behind.
It's just straight cap.
Come on. She's
Yeah.
looking at her watch. She's like, all right, we need to get this going. We've only had 2 in. Let's do it.
Well, the way she's not looking at her watch, she's implying that was all him.
How many kids they got? Do you know?
The Pippins?
1,700.
Well, at least one. 'cause
I'm
they
just
have
thinking, like,
one that's playing for the Lakers.
for real?
Yeah.
I had no idea. Jesus. I'm just thinking, like, after, while she's pregnant, the weeks after giving birth,
The day after.
the day after.
Let me get in
the
that
day
4
of.
times.
Let me get in that 4 times. And then, the fucking, just the whole time. I mean, sure, they've got nannies and shit, but the whole time you have kids, like, you're just fucking every night. Babies are never coming in the room. Not believing it.
No.
Yeah.
No way. Cap.
All right. Was The Last of Us a documentary?
What?
I hope not.
I hope not either, but the CDC is warning of a fucking fungal threat hitting labs and hospitals.
Cordyceps? What do we got here?
Cordyceps. They're coming. It's basically the same thing that they were talking about. And now, to be fair, only The Last of Us TV show, not the game, because the game had a different approach to how the virus spread.
Yeah, the transmission.
Or how the
was
cordyceps spread.
spores.
Yeah, versus the game, which used airborne spores. They didn't want to go that route. But I just thought this was interesting that, of course, like right after The Last of Us finishes airing, they talk about this rise in fungal threats hitting hospitals across North America. And I also found it funny that a quote had to be that this is, we're not expecting zombies to outbreak from this.
Okay. That's positive.
Yes, quite positive, I guess.
Is it treatable? Like, what are the symptoms? Like, what happens? Do you become a zombie, or do you have a rash? Like, does it say like what this fungus is doing to people?
I don't know.
No, it's still scary. I'm still not fucking with it.
No, have you seen the insects that The Last of Us was all based on? And
yes, the ants.
Oh yeah,
I've seen the zombie.
Oh, they
ants,
showed it
yeah.
in the first episode.
Yeah.
Oh, it was. Yeah. Well, it did show that. I forgot about that. I gotta go. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna watch that whole thing again because I missed it this past week.
Oh yeah, that was tough, dude.
Yeah,
that was rough. That was a rough Sunday.
Now, a buddy of mine brought this up on Twitter, or just mentioned it on Twitter, and we've kind of touched on it as we've talked about the show over time, but like I want to say definitively, as two guys that played the game top to bottom, watched the show top to bottom, I think it's a little rough and harsh to compare either or, just because it's like comparing a book to a movie.
Right.
It's never going to come out the same.
Yeah.
There's always going to be more details, but do you think it at least did justice to the game? And do you? I mean, I think we all like the Last of Us TV show, but do you think it did justice? Was there enough? Because as you play the game, the point my boy was making on Twitter was that as you played the game, there was more suspense. There was more. You were more on edge.
Yeah, because in the game, you're looking for
were.
clickers all the time. Like literally, the game is avoiding the clickers, and the show sort of went beyond just the clickers. Like, yeah, we know they're there, we know it's a threat, but the show was able to sort of dive more into the relationships. The Joel and Ellie relationship in particular, and I feel like when you're playing a game, you don't want cutscenes giving you backstory on everything every 5 minutes. Like you need that suspense. I think the show did enough justice where that this is The Last of Us. You're believing what's going on, but it's catering to that different medium enough where it's still enjoyable for people who didn't play the game, who don't know that suspense, who don't know what they're watching. Like that's what impressed me the most, is that it not only covered what was in the game, but it expounded on a lot of that stuff. And I'm sure Wak has a similar sentiment. What do you think?
Yeah, I was talking to Donald about the same thing because he is a big fan of the game, and he had the perfect analogy for it. He just he summed it up pretty nicely, where he said like the show. Not necessarily the show, he said the ending, but the show also, it just felt like it was Cliff Notes to the game. Where we were excited because we know how a show is built up. They have to make you feel for these characters. Not only that, but they have to make you feel for multiple characters and their situations that pit them against each other, and things like that. So they did very well with that. They gave us... I think where they were smart, where they knew they couldn't deliver everything that was in the game, so they gave us more story when it came to certain points. They gave us a different story point that still made the players of the game appreciate it, instead of completely changing it and making it their own thing. They made it seem like this is in addition to the game, and that's where the players are like, ooh, that was like, I accept that because that was something we didn't get in the game, but it adds to the game knowing that happened that way. So I think they were really smart on the way that they attacked the show, because they knew they couldn't add all of that stuff. My only complaints were exactly what Dave is saying. Like, a lot of the game is being on edge because you're walking through these areas, and when they go up, put your mask on, there's spores. You're like, oh. So like you're already feeling like, yo, at some point, like there's gonna be a clicker, there's gonna be a bloater, there's gonna be, you know, I can handle these, but that one's gonna be a bitch to get past, and you know, it's just like, you know, it's coming. So that they captured it in one scene, maybe
couple scenes. Yeah, there was maybe 2-3 scenes where you
at
had
most.
that. Yeah, you had that fear, that anxiety, that fuck that you feel, because like when you're playing the game, dude, like
that's constant.
Every 10 minutes or so, you know, like there's a battle coming up, and you know you're playing it over multiple times because you're trying to strategize, and that, you know, that a lot of that stuff, I feel like when you're playing the game takes away from the focus of, you know, the storyline. Like obviously the storylines are there, you know why you're doing what you're doing, but in the heat of that moment, none of that shit matters. Like you're just trying to live, bro. Yeah, you're trying to save Ellie and make sure that everyone's good. Where, you know, when you're watching the show, you know, that anxiety really, at least for me when I was watching, like that anxiety, that level of anxiety was not there. And I don't know if that's an ode to, I think, to Pedro Pascal, like just putting us at ease. Like it's tough to be on edge when Pedro's there. You're like, yo, he's got this. That's
maybe
that
you
dude.
already know how it's going to turn out.
Well, yeah, even with
more or less
knowing like the major points that the game hit, I feel like the show did a great job in, you know, letting you know that, hey, like that might not happen. Like there's could be some wild shit coming up that we threw in there. So like, you know, just because you played the game, don't think like, you know, like you can fucking breeze your way through this show, because that's not how it's gonna go down. And it wasn't.
Yeah. Another thing, if it's not intense because of the clickers, it's intense because of the people that you encounter too, that you're fucking hiding from and having gun battles and stuff. And they humanize those people in the story, and I understand it has to be that way, but there were certain battles that just like you got more of the expansive. That's why like for you, I keep telling you, like, yo, get past that part and play the fucking game, because like there's so much more where you would and I still say that, as far as like if you watch the show and you played the game, you just appreciate both of them, and they did very well with that. But if you haven't played the games, I'm telling you, go play the games, because there are some intense moments, certain parts that were drawn out more in the game that made it that much more intense, that made it a dope ass experience. Just like, and I mean, it's been weeks since it's finished, but like even like in the episode, for example, with the shooter in the house when they were walking through, and they like that was a part of the game when you were already like trying to escape this crazy fucking group, and that happened a little bit in the game, but that group was way more crazier in the game. And you get to this point where this motherfucker is shooting at you, and like, and you're trying to get to the house, and then on top of that, more people are coming at you from the direction of the house, and you have to like navigate through like the different houses, because you can choose your path on how you want to get to this house and what houses that you want to hide in front of, and like, you know, like there's just like this intense thing to get to that point. And they did good with that, but it's just like, yo, that the game like really captures that intenseness, and But it was I just say
I really thought that Tara was going to have a bigger role. I say Tara because I have no idea what her character name was in this show, but Tara from True Blood. I thought she was going to have a bigger role. Like, she's not like a no-name actress.
Yeah.
And she was like in one episode of the show. I thought that was kind of a disservice to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. That role.
Like, there's just that whole scene just happened in one episode that one town, and then they just moved on and on to the next thing.
All right, I'll just leave my comments to myself. Nah, because it's just like wait for season 2. Like there's
okay,
you know what I mean?
I mean, it's I hope that it comes back around. Because
that's what I'm saying. It's not a huge. It's her role specifically is not a huge role, but still, it's just like season 2 and 3 are going to be dope.
Yeah. I have absolutely 100%, wanted, especially as I watch the, those comparison YouTube videos where they'll play, the scene from the game and then the scene from the show. And when I watch all of those, I'm like, it doesn't make me like mad. Like with some people, they're like, oh my God, I can't believe they just copied word for word from the game. If anything, it makes me feel like, Jesus Christ, this game is fucking ridiculous. It's the best game ever. Like the fact that there's never been another TV show that I could think of, TV show or movie, that has pulled from another game, book, a sequel from a movie, or based off of a TV show, just like anything that was based off of something else, that has been able to pull almost word for word in this new version of it, and be like so freaking impactful. Like the show was awesome, and then you look at it and you're like, Jesus, they literally just almost copied everything from the original, which makes me feel like the original is bananas. Like it had to have been crazy if that's the dialogue. And they said, this is so good, we're not even going to change it. We might change like 2 words here and there.
They hit the right beats from the game.
They did.
In the show.
Yeah.
And then they expounded on what wouldn't have worked for the show to make it work. So like
Exactly.
that's the difference between every other video game adaptation of, anything really, is they tried probably, and I can't speak for sure, but they tried so hard to make it exactly like the game that it didn't transfer to a different medium. And whoever was in charge of those decisions on this show knew what would work and what wouldn't and needed to be tweaked, and that all came together.
Well, I'll tell
perfectly.
you exactly what they did perfectly. They included the creators of the game, and they worked with the creators of the game.
This is co-executive producer,
And that's not rocket science. Why haven't other people done this with other games? There's plenty of games that could, with that love and tenderness.
Because when it comes to Hollywood, I don't know, I haven't dealt with anyone from Hollywood yet, but when it comes to Hollywood, it seems like they are ran by people with fucking huge egos and big bank accounts, and if their money is going towards it, they say what fucking goes. Someone has a good idea like this. Hey, why don't we involve the people that fucking created this and see how we could make sure that we make the best thing? Nah, I'm hiring you to write this. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what it seems like goes on behind closed doors. And that's why I was optimistic about this, is because HBO doesn't fuck around with their shows. Like they pay attention to all of the details. We've seen it time and time again, right?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
They just don't fuck around. So whereas some of these other studios, it's hit or miss. You never fucking know. But the second that I saw that HBO was doing this, I'm like, oh, this is good. And I will say this also. The only gripe that I really had with the show was I felt like the ending was sped up. Like everything just kind of seemed like it went too fast in comparison.
Specifically the hospital scene.
Yeah. Like everything in that last episode, it's like they spent the good amount of time doing the dope things that are in the game, like the giraffe and all of that. And, you know, obviously they can't incorporate all of that, you know, because they're in the game, you're traveling on the horse with her and you guys are like trying to get through everything, trying to break into the area and, you know, nobody's around and you're trying to figure things out. And it just happened a little bit differently. But when that came, it just felt like it was like that could have been 2 episodes to end it. And they would have, and that would have done it justice and it would have been absolutely fucking perfect. But because they fit all of that into 1 episode, it felt a little rushed to me. And I'm not saying that I hated it, but that's just how it felt. Mm-hmm. And that's my only, if that's my only gripe, like they did a fucking great job. But that is the only thing that I can say where I'm like, that right there was not perfect, but I'll live with it.
Yeah, I can live with that.
Facts.
What else you got, Johnny?
That's it.
Hey. Well, let's get into some HOLLYWOO.
Whoop.
All right, so we were talking a little bit about The Last of Us during the news segment. That turned into a little bit of some HOLLYWOO prematurely there. But the creator announced that actually the work has begun on season 2. Obviously, they're not filming anything as of yet, but I guess I don't know why I always forget her name, but
Bella
Ramsey. Yeah, she came out and she was saying that it was going to be a while before we caught any more Last of Us stuff. So the creators came out and said the work is already in progress pretty much. So that made people feel a little bit more at ease with the fact that even if like the storyboard is coming together and shit, like knowing that they're putting it together now and getting ready for all of that makes me feel better because I can't wait for that to happen. And I was already just like, fuck, it's probably going to be like another 2 years before we get something like that.
Yeah, Pedro said that they could begin filming season 2 this year, like the end of this year at some point.
Yeah.
And then Bella Ramsey came out and was like, yeah, we probably won't see it till 2025. So it was conflicting. So, because I mean, if they start filming season 2, let's say in winter of this year, November or something like that, you know, maybe early 2025 if they're, you know, post-production, editing, all that shit that they got to do. But I don't know. I'm just happy that it's coming at some point. That's all.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to be a dick about it.
I'm happy that it's coming. I think that because the second game is going to be made into a couple of seasons, at least 2 seasons. Hopefully those 2 seasons are filmed damn near back to back to where, you know what I mean? Like the wait between season 2 and 3 isn't as drastic as the wait between 1 and 2. But I'm still thinking we're not seeing anything until 2025. And it always feels like so long. But in the grand scheme of things, if I hear that they are filming at the end of this year and we're going to get another season sometime next year, that'd be great.
I'm saying Q4 2024.
Okay.
I feel like that's
okay
the
with
sweet
that.
spot.
I just like the 2024. Mentally,
making that
2024 just sounds good. I don't care if it comes at the end of the year.
Yeah, no, end of the year is fine. I mean, it could be December 31st. They air that bitch, and that's Q4, baby. I'm gonna count it as a win.
Yeah, I'll be happy with that.
Absolutely.
Where we've been extremely excited when it comes to DC and James Gunn and everything like that. And I know a while back, James Gunn came out and he said that he was writing Superman Legacy he has now come forward and said and confirmed that he will be writing and directing Superman Legacy. How do you feel about that?
I'm stoked about that, honestly, because I remember reading something that somebody quoted James Gunn in an article or a tweet, and pretty much, he said that though he can produce and write, something that he's actually going to direct has to be, special to him. It has to be meaningful to him. He has to really love it and care about it, and ipso facto, when you love something like that and care about something like that and you create it, it usually, is a lot better than if you were just doing it for a paycheck or something like that. So like, I'm just knowing that he is going to direct this. We know his heart's in it. We know how he goes in on things that he really cares about. So I'm pumped. I'm all about it. I'm here for it.
Yeah, that's exactly what he stated. So the quote, and I don't know if I have to read the entire thing here, but he pretty much said, when asked why is he directing Superman Legacy, he said, "It's been a long road to this point. I was offered Superman years ago. I initially said no because I didn't have a way in that felt unique and fun and emotional, that gave Superman the dignity he deserves. Then a bit less than a year ago, I saw a way in, and in many ways centered around Superman's heritage." And then from there it says, "Just because I write something doesn't mean that I feel it in my bones, visually and emotionally, enough to spend over 2 years directing it, especially not something of this magnitude." So he was saying the same thing. Like initially he said no because he just wasn't like he felt it enough to write it, but he didn't feel like he could give it what it deserved by directing it. And now after writing it and really getting into the bones of what it is, he now feels comfortable with directing it and really giving it that time that it needs. So I think just that, like the confidence that he has in it and the love that he has for the story that he has written, to decide like, yes, I'm going to direct this now. I'm excited about it, man. Johnny, do you have any reservations? In Gunn we trust.
No, not really. Not really. I'm
Okay.
I'm good for it. Let's go.
Yeah, the only reservations I guess I would have is like James Gunn, as of recent years, everything he has like a certain level of comedy to it, and I love it. I love that stuff, but I guess we haven't seen that in Superman. And that's the only small amount of nervousness that I kind of feel. But all in all, I feel great that, he knows what Superman is and he knows what it deserves. And I think he's pretty much going to surprise a lot of people who are probably thinking the same way, right? The James Gunn haters are going to be like, oh, he's just making this, the stupid comedy stuff again and, drowning out our heroes. But he hasn't done that with heroes or with a hero story that's actually like a big character. He didn't really do that with any of those. He's done that with characters that people don't really know, like your average casual nerd doesn't know.
I mean, he hasn't fucked anything up yet. Like, why am I concerned?
Not in our opinion, no.
Yeah, not in our opinion is right. I'm sure there's the opinion of many on the internet that he has fucked up more than one project.
Everybody has one, but you don't have to pay attention to them all.
Facts.
No, yeah. Now, another quick question that I wanted to ask about in regards to this, because I saw someone else put up the post, but what we know that James Gunn likes to work with a lot of the same actors. Not saying that he's going to hire someone that he's worked with already, but if he did decide to work with someone in his slew of actors that he likes to work with, who do you think he would possibly choose for Superman? Sorry to throw that on you randomly like that to put some thought to. What were you going to say, Dave?
I was going to say Batista.
Batista as Superman? You think so?
Oh, no. I didn't hear the as Superman part. I'll be honest, you were cutting out on me, and I just thought it sounded like who would James Gunn pick to work with again? And I said Batista. Yeah, no, Batista is absolutely not Superman, but you got to check your internet, dog, because you're cutting the fuck out on me.
Yeah. I mean, that's par for the course.
Oh, yeah, Batista.
He's like, Batista, Superman? Nah, son, what the fuck you talking about over there? No, definitely not. Absolutely, yeah. No, Batista's the last person I would ever cast for a Superman role.
Yeah. My question was if since he likes to work with specific actors who, who show up in numerous of his movies, who would you think that someone he's worked with before that he possibly would pick to? I don't think he's gonna go that route. I don't think he's gonna pick someone he's worked with before.
Yeah, at least not for Superman. Who? Like, I can't see anybody he's worked with before being Superman. Like, I was gonna just be a dick and say his brother Sean. I don't think
a lot of people thought that too.
That's a good one.
I saw the post that I saw. People were saying that the dude from Peacemaker who plays I forget his name. It's been a minute, but
the assassin crazy friend dude.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name either, but I fucking love that dude. I'm so embarrassed that I don't know his name because that was my homie throughout the whole fucking series.
Yeah, and he has the frame.
He does.
He has the chops. I think they were saying that he can pull it off, but we're forgetting we haven't seen it yet. But I think Will Poulter is young enough.
That was the only person I was thinking that is like now jacked enough, to be like a diesel solid Superman.
Turn that hair black, and that's a young Superman right there.
I could see it. Yeah, no, Poulter got himself in real good shape, bro. That's insane. That's a transformation that still has me shook.
He's brolic as fuck.
For sure.
What has he done that he's shown he's brolic right now?
He is in Guardians of the Galaxy.
He's Adam Warlock, right?
Adam Warlock, yep.
Mm-hmm. And he's jacked.
Vigilante.
Jacked.
That was
Vigilante.
I had to look it up because it was gonna bug me. Vigilante was my favorite from that fucking show, dude.
Yeah. They were saying that he could be a young Superman, but
I could see it. I mean, he might need to put it. You got to pack on some muscle there. He doesn't really. He doesn't have all that.
He would have to pack on more muscle.
Yeah.
But Will Poulter,
that dude fucks.
Yeah, he does. He's hilarious. He's great.
I'm trying to think of like a Milo Ventimiglia type person, because not Milo. I think he's out of the. He's just not that great of an actor, and also like he's aged himself out of that role.
Yeah.
But
and he has the
someone
Sylvester
similar
Stallone lip
to
thing
him
going for him.
Oh, that's the worst, bro. I can't even watch him in anything. I don't know if that's a medical thing. I'm sorry, dude, but like it fucks me up.
I know.
Why does you gotta talk out of the corner of Milo Ventimiglia?
Yeah, we don't got to go specific to him. Just something similar to him, because he has that like thin but athletic body that could be pulled off for a young Superman. I'm just trying to think who is similar to that.
That's a good
right
point.
now.
That the fact that he's young means he doesn't have to be like that. He
doesn't have to be super jacked.
Right.
Yeah. He's like just nice and cut. And kind of, I mean, the way that
toned.
He was in, toned. The way that they played the character in the, CW show.
Oh.
Yeah.
Smallville, right?
Smallville?
Yeah.
No. There's a new in Lois and Clark.
Both.
Both. You're right.
Are we talking about Dean
both.
Cain?
It's very similar.
You think Dean Cain should be
No,
Superman?
not Dean Cain. Not Dean Cain. Well, definitely not. I mean, he's too
The
old
newer
to
show.
play it now.
Fuck
But
that dude.
in both the newer, it's not called Lois and Clark. What the fuck
Lois
is
and Clark
show
was the
called?
Dean Cain show. That's why I said Dean Cain.
It's something to that effect, though.
It was a Superman and Lois or some bullshit. I don't know.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Whatever the newer one. No, not him either, because he's too young, and that's way too CW. But the what was the other reference?
You're thinking
y'all
of a
mentioned?
Timothy Chalamet? He hasn't worked with
He's a scrawny little bitch.
See, he's too scrawny.
that dude.
He's too scrawny. If he buffed up, maybe. But even then, I think he's too short. Yeah, the Adam Warlock guy might be one of the better ones.
I could see it.
Yeah, because he's worked with him before, and that was pretty much what the question was. But
Right.
He hasn't worked with enough people that I could see, but it could be like someone we weren't even paying attention to.
An extra from Guardians 2.
Fucking get brolic as fucking. I think that's the key to this, because even with like Henry Cavill was pretty much a nobody when he was cast as Superman. And people were excited about it because dude looks like fucking Superman, and he was extremely fucking jacked. Mm-hmm. And so
Very
people
cut.
they were still excited about it. But now, because of Henry Cavill, the new actor has really big shoes to fill to make people excited about it. So, and I think Gunn, out of everyone, Gunn is a great, he's up there with Nolan, where they just have an eye for actors who are up and coming and that they know would fucking just murder a role.
I mean, Nolan picks the same people to be in all his fucking movies. What are you talking about?
That's true. But
He's
still,
not plucking up and comers out of anywhere, bro. He's picking the same.
Not really up
five
and comers,
fucking people.
but I don't know. He picked fucking what's his name to be fucking Batman, like Christian Bale. What was Christian Bale doing before Batman, dude? American Psycho.
Yeah,
that's it. I remember him from Shaft.
that's such a weird thing to remember Christian Bale from,
because
bro.
that was the only thing because that's
was
what
in
I remember.
Shaft?
I'd never seen American Psycho, so I
That's
remember
crazy
him from.
to me. That's crazy
from
that you've never
Shaft.
seen American Psycho.
You've
I never
never
have.
seen American Psycho? Or you
I
haven't seen American
just said
Psycho
that.
before?
No, he's never,
never
seen
seen
American Psycho.
Like, until this day.
Until this
Still,
day, yes.
very. At
But
this
you will
very
fucking
moment.
watch Emily in Paris.
I was just gonna go there, Johnny. Thank you.
Out of all of the suspect shit that y'all watch, y'all really gonna get on me for the shit that I watch with my girl,
what
bro?
suspect shit
Get
we
the fuck
watching
out of
here?
here with
what
with all
suspect
that
shit we
bullshit.
watched out here? Let's get it.
Bro,
Let's get
you
it. We got
watch King
time
of
now.
You
we got
watch King
time.
of Queens numerous times
That's
before
not
you
sus.
watch
That's
any
not
fucking
sus.
shit that
That's
we
a
recommend.
sitcom, dog. Ain't
Get the
sus
fuck
at all.
outta here.
Emily in
Fucking
Paris
King of
talking
Queens.
about her
I'm running
boyfriends
through
and
the
all
whole
the dudes she
series
bangs.
of King of Queens before I watch this show that you are recommending. Get the fuck out of here. And Johnny with his fucking musicals and bullshit. Get the fuck out of here. Like, yo, fuck y'all.
My man won't even watch The Sopranos, but Emily in Paris season 2.
No, I won't.
He's here for
No,
it,
I
son.
won't.
He's here for it.
I watch it with my girl because she likes that shit. Fuck it. I don't give a fuck. She's not gonna watch Sopranos twice.
What's the last
and
musical
I'm not
I saw
gonna
that
take my
wasn't a
time
Disney
out.
movie?
and I saw like 3 episodes of Sopranos, and
Y'all be watching Encanto.
it didn't
every
catch
week.
me. So
You
fuck
wild,
it.
son. You
What's
wild.
wild? What's the last musical I saw that wasn't a Disney movie?
I have no fucking clue. I don't get on you for your fucking choices. Y'all over here getting on me for dumbass shit like that. Fuck out of here.
He's lashing out right now. This is a lash out. This is the Walk Lash Out episode, son. Episode title. I don't give a fuck.
Oh man! All right, next time you say I don't got anything to watch American Psycho.
Word.
The thing is with me,
Just put
right,
it on the list.
is some of these movies are just like visually they just look like that movie. Every time I look at it, like it just looks like vintage for some reason. When did that come out? Like 90s? Was that late 90s, early 2000s?
I don't want to say early 2000s.
American Psycho was early 2000s, 2001 maybe.
Let's see here. No, that's the novel.
I keep hearing. I think
2000.
mainly is the people that really fucking love that movie are like the fucking super bro fucking white dudes that are just that identify with him as a personality, and that's really not.
Yeah,
They do the same thing with the Robert Pattinson Batman.
Yeah.
All those characters, the Jordan Belforts, the literally me bros, It's still a good fucking movie regardless of all that bullshit going on.
I'll give it a shot. It's been on my list. My problem is when I do have a moment and I don't know what to watch, I haven't written that list down. So I got to go through the list.
I liked where your head
actually
was
write
at the
down my
other day,
list.
though, with the old school Kevin Costner flick you were thinking about.
Yeah, because you brought it to my attention. I remember last time we looked it up, and I was like, "Oh, that actually sounds like it."
And you know, John Dutton's fucking out here now, so that's right. Put a little respect on Kevin Costner's name.
I don't know. It is still younger Kevin Costner, and all his movies fucking suck. So,
moving on.
Yes, moving on. All right, so. Since we were talking about DC and James Gunn and all of the changes that he was mentioning, it was actually back when he was announced to have taken over and become co-CEO of DC Films. He made a slight reference saying like, "Yo, I've talked to like a couple of the people and like hoping that they would come back." One of the people was Ben Affleck. He mentioned that he possibly would want him to come back and direct something, and people were very optimistic about that. But Ben Affleck actually just came out and and pretty much candidly just stated what his experience was and would he direct again. He says, "I would not direct something for James Gunn's DC. Absolutely not. I have nothing against James Gunn. Nice guy. Sure, he's going to do a great job. I just wouldn't want to go in and direct in the way that they're doing it. I'm not interested in that." Pretty much just shot that down. Like, I'm not, however they're doing it, however James Gunn is doing it, I'm not interested. I'm not going to do that.
No. But he read Geely. And that was it. He needed to fucking make Geely. Okay, Ben Affleck, sure. Go fuck yourself.
But since Geely, he's directed some pretty fire fucking movies. So we can't just discredit him like that.
Yeah, we're not going to forget about it either. You're right.
We're not going to
we
forget
can't
about
discredit it because of Geely, but we ain't forgetting about that bullshit.
But he didn't
What
write
was his
it.
involvement
And he
with
didn't direct
Geely?
it.
Yeah, was he just the actor?
He was
or
just the
was
actor.
he,
That
like,
was
more
that's my
involved?
point.
He was a producer.
Probably was a producer. I'm not 100% sure on that. But as far as directing, like, people were really excited. He was originally supposed to direct the Batman, that then got tossed over to I'm spacing on the director's name, but obviously now we've seen it with
Matt Reeves.
Yeah, Matt Reeves. That got tossed over, but he was originally supposed to direct that movie. A lot of people are really clamoring for that because it did sound like a dope premise where it was going to be a showdown. It was going to be pretty much Batman versus Deathstroke, and people really wanted that. But what does this say? Like, he's saying that pretty much he's not going to direct it because he doesn't like the way that in the direction where they're going. So like, it's like, what does that exactly mean? As far as He obviously has some inside information. He's had meetings with them, and they're telling him the direction. It seems like to me the direction is older Batman, make way for a newer, younger sidekick. Obviously, the first Batman movie is going to be, Batman and, with Batman and Robin. I forgot what they titled that movie. But it seems like older Batman, young Robin, which is going to be his son, and pretty much passing down the mantle from there. And seems like he's not down with that. Which, sure, like whatever. I don't think, it doesn't steer me in one way or another, but he obviously has some sort of information where he's just like, nope. No. Not doing that. I'm not interested in that.
And that's fair.
You think it's because he wants the Snyderverse back? That's just where he's at?
I mean, I heard, didn't he say that he had a terrible time on the set? What was the...
Mm-hmm. He did. He said he had a terrible time on the set that, and the pretty much that things just weren't the way, like no one should do it in that way.
Right.
Like they shouldn't have done it in that way. That no movies are made in that specific way.
Yeah.
And he just didn't have a great experience with that. So I don't know what his fight is. But he's definitely confirmed he is not directing a new movie.
Okay. Well, if he doesn't want to be there, I don't fucking want him there.
I like that answer. I do fuck with Ben Affleck as a director.
For sure.
His movie,
he's got some bangers,
choices,
bro.
Yeah, his movie choices as far as acting, questionable. He did that first Daredevil. That was horrible.
Yeah.
But
Jesus.
But he has some bangers as far as directing.
Yeah. Gone Girl. Good Will Hunting.
Yeah. He didn't direct Good Will Hunting. He
co-wrote
it.
I thought they wrote it. I thought they did everything.
Co-wrote it.
That's it?
No, he co-wrote it.
They had an actual director?
I'm pretty sure he was.
I feel like
it's
a decent director. It's a big director, right? Zemeckis or somebody fucking who knew what the fuck they were doing.
Gus Van Sant.
It's Van Sant. There we go.
As far as his directing, why am I not? What the fuck? Here we go. Trying to bring up his directing stuff here. So, Live by Night, Argo, The Town.
Good. The Town is all right.
Gone Baby Gone is
got an Oscar for Argo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Argo was dope.
What the fuck is this? He directed a short called "I Killed My Lesbian Wife, Hung Her on the Meat Hook, and now I have three picture deal at Disney." What the fuck is that?
Terrifying.
Terrifying. This was in '93, so I'm not gonna hold that against him. Gone Baby Gone. Have I seen that? I think I started watching that. That's with his brother, familiar. Right? Yeah, that's the one with his brother.
Are you thinking of
Casey
Manchester
Affleck.
by the Sea?
No.
Okay.
It's starring Casey Affleck.
Oh, is it? I like Casey Affleck.
Yeah, Gone Baby Gone.
Gone Baby Gone was good.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Anyway. But those are his only directorial.
Young Girl Abducted. Yeah, I remember that one.
All right. Let's see. Anyway, we'll move on from that. This past weekend,
technically profited. It only made $34 million worldwide against the $19 million budget. So
what did?
Gone Baby Gone.
The Town was amazing. I fucking love that movie.
The Town was good. Yeah.
Live by Night.
I don't know about amazing, but it was.
Right. It was that's. I thought it was a dope ass fucking. Other than it being in Boston. Town was
Everything's
fucking
in
dope.
fucking Boston with him.
Well,
yeah, that's true. That's where he's from.
That's where he's from.
Still, I mean, I'm not making all my movies from The Rock, bro. Like, that's...
You should.
Just
What else
one.
do you know?
I would give it one to pay some homage, and then I would get to fuck to Hollywood where everyone else is.
Yeah, I don't know what stories I would film in The Rock. But anyway,
I wouldn't necessarily film in The Rock, but
about The Rock.
Yeah,
I feel like most of my stories would have to take place in The Rock because that's what I know.
There's going to be a Heat style shootout on 490. Like, it's going to get wild, bro. If I ever directed like a Rock style movie, it'd be tight.
Cop chase on Carter Street.
Oh, hell yeah. All that shit, son. All that shit.
Oh, man. Let's just do The Wire. Let's do The Wire. Maybe
That'd be fire.
Basically.
You could do that. That would track.
That would work. Yeah,
that would be
You
doable.
could do that
Sure.
if you ever saw The Wire.
Oh,
yeah, that's true too.
Son.
And I'm not gonna go back and watch that either.
You don't have to do walk like that.
Anyway, let's move on, fuckers. All right, so this past weekend, Shazam: Fury of the Gods dropped to a devastating fucking devastating box office numbers.
They just needed to get it out, get it over with, and move on with that Gunn universe. That's all that was.
And somehow the people are still showing this as an indication of like
They're blaming this on Gunn.
oh yeah, they're all blaming they always do that. This is just it's just like when we it's just like the if you want to talk about politics, same shit, right? Fucking somebody in office sets some laws. They put some laws down, right? They okay them. By the time they take effect, someone else is in office, and that's when they're feeling the impact. So they blame the person that's currently sitting in office for all of the shit that happened from the fucking previous asshole that signed a bunch of shit, right? And they only acknowledge that transition when it's the person they can't stand, right? So whatever. Anyway. So now, people are saying, like, is this an indication of what's to come from DC? But anyway, the reason why I really wanted to talk about this is apparently, we're not going to watch it probably until it pops up on a Plex somewhere, that we don't know who the fucking owner of that is. So, but when it pops up, that's when we'll watch it and we'll give a fuck about it. Right. So apparently there is a post-credit scene where two random characters are sitting there and they're just shooting the shit, right? And I don't know, I don't read the comics, so I don't know who these people are, but apparently, check this, Zachary Levi dropped a story saying that that was supposed that credit that post-credit scene is supposed to be the Justice Society from Black Adam. They were recruiting Shazam. They were going to be recruiting Shazam in that post-credit scene.
Yeah.
Zachary Levi wrote, The Rock denied access, and David F. Sandberg had to make a last-minute decision to add Amelia and John, these random people that I'm sure if you read the comics, that they would be sitting there and you would know who they are. Mm-hmm.
Amelia and John, I believe, are the characters from The Peacemaker.
Oh, okay. So
the
because I didn't
guy
watch
with
it
the glasses and James Gunn's wife.
Gotcha. Okay. So I didn't watch the thing. So
I saw the new Rockstars breakdown of post-credit scenes because I knew I wasn't gonna care.
Gotcha.
So
pretty much they were there because that scene was supposed to be the Justice Society recruiting Shazam, but The Rock denied him, so they had to make that change. As quick as they can. And then he said Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson attempted to reconstruct or restructure the DCEU. Centering him and Henry Cavill Superman. The Rock didn't allow Zachary Levi to cameo in a post-credit for Black Adam. He's pretty much just wrote all of this stuff via the rap, further just solidifying that, The Rock is the cause for all of this shit here. And even in that scene, just putting in his fucking last little 2 cents to just stop this from moving forward. Making
it a pain in the ass for them. I can believe that. Based on what I saw and the new rock stars, it seems like that post-credit scene with Amelia and John are kind of leading more towards the spin-off for what's her name that's getting the show that James Gunn has said she's getting the show. Why can't I fucking think of her name right now?
Because we're casual
the lady that leads the Suicide Squad.
Yeah. I know you're talking about.
Fuck, it's a pain in the ass.
I got you. Go ahead, keep talking.
So, anyways, apparently, that's that's what that post scene was kind of leading towards, is that new show that should be coming out.
Mm-hmm. We did hear. Yeah, we did confirm that was going to be moving forward, and that's Viola Davis's character, Amanda Waller.
Amanda Waller, yeah. So there's going to be a Waller show, and that's kind of so we saw her in Black Adam, right? Mm-hmm. She was leading the Justice Society of America, and which is why that post-credit scene is kind of leading that way. And then I believe Zachary Levi is making jokes about that he really wanted to get recruited to the Justice League, and was kind of disappointed that he's only getting recruited to the Justice Society of America, which I think is pretty spot on for for what we know about Shazam. Mm-hmm. But other than that, I don't recall anything groundbreaking from the post-credit scenes that I was like,
it's a bummer. I jokingly in our group chat made the comment of, well, if they wouldn't have shown the entire movie in their fucking trailer,
right.
maybe more people would. But a lot of people are starting to take this as superhero fatigue when it comes to the movies and things of that sort. They even compared it to the quote unquote bombing of Ant-Man, which Ant-Man grossed fucking 200 and some odd $100 million in the box office, right? Yeah. So there's no comparison there, where this was probably like the numbers of what they made. I thought we talked about it. It was in the tens of thousands, right? For Shazam.
Shazam Fury of the Gods has made $31 million domestic, $34 million international, for a total of 66 worldwide on a $110 million budget to create and a $100 million budget to market. So $210 million total.
Yeah, that's rough. Close. And there's no DVD sales to save that shit. That shit's
Word.
fucked, bro. That shit is fucked. Love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
You love it. The first movie was good, man, and I believe that this one is probably good too. But it's just a lot, man, and especially because I think
Scream
people are.
6, by the way, made $117 million worldwide.
Which one?
Jenna Ortega.
Scream 6.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Scream 6 made a lot. But again, like, I think
Creed 3, which came out the week before, just so that like people can't say, "Oh, it's the theaters." People
I don't
aren't
think
going
it's
to.
that. No.
That's
Creed 3, which came out the week before, is at 225 worldwide, 128 domestic.
I think I don't think it's the theaters at all, man. If anything, it's proved that people are going back to the theater in droves.
If it's worth it.
The thing is, they're not going back. One, they're not going back because DC's track record, right? Unless it's Batman, people aren't going back for just some
or Joker.
Or Joker, yeah. Like again, that's in the.
You can't say anything about the theater. Avatar has $2.3 billion.
Right. So it's not the theater. It might be superhero fatigue. People are
shitty DC movie fatigue.
Yeah,
that's what
shitty
it is.
DC movie fatigue. People are saying, like, even if they didn't go and watch Ant-Man, right? The synopsis, the people that are saying that it was shit are louder than the people who are saying I really enjoyed it. So like that could also fall into that. You know what I mean? Like people are just not enjoying these superhero movies the way that they used to. So that could play part in that a little bit. But I think it's more so the DC shit, man. Like they know that there's a change. Nothing good has come out of DC other than Batman. Everybody's gonna go see Batman and Joker. Like,
I mean, yes, because Batman and Joker are like major fucking comic book characters, right? Like, and what Marvel succeeded at was bringing semi-famous characters like Iron Man and Captain America, Thor, Incredible Hulk. Like people were aware of them. Incredible Hulk probably more so, but that was not a huge success on the film side. No. But Captain America probably a little bit more. Thor, people were like, how do I get around that? It really wasn't until the Taika Thor that they blew up. The Iron Man, I think people was just like shocked by it. Like I knew who Iron Man was, but I didn't care about him. And wow, that was a really good movie. And then part 2 and part 3, I don't think did as great as part 1. And then bringing them all together, like there was this whole like, this is cool, like this is something we haven't seen before. But at the end of the day, all of these characters, even in the DC, they're side characters. Yeah. Like you have to be a comic book lover to get into this, to like get hyped over Shazam. Who the fuck is gonna get hyped over Shazam? Now, granted, the first movie was fun, and it was surprising. Like, oh shit, actually, that was better than I expected it to be. But it's not like I'm like super hyped for part 2. Like I'm not. I would only have been hyped if they really was some like world building stuff happened. But we saw it kind of all fall apart, and because of that, it's like the world building. The only
opportunity that they had, The Rock fucking shut down.
Yeah, exactly. That if anything, while you were watching Shazam, you were expecting, Black Adam's coming, and then you hear, oh shit, they cast The Rock as Black Adam. Oh, okay, this might get exciting, but The Rock wants to be fucking Superman and fuck Shazam. And it's just like, oh, okay. Yes, does that happen in the comics? Sure. But nobody wants to see that. Like, that's not what we were excited for. Now you just killed our hype.
You just killed the hype that that was supposed to build up the hype for this.
In seats.
And that's why Zachary Levi or Levi, whatever, however you pronounce his last name, that's why he came out and he was just like, well, just to let you know, these are the facts right here, and the truth shall set you free. This is why. Yeah, he wrote that on the bottom of the
truth shall set you free.
Yeah, because in all honesty, I mean, he's blaming The Rock because
he's hating.
Dude, we had a good thing going where like we had a hit with like the movie that I'm in. You were supposed to set up this next movie, and we were supposed to play on that, and then we were supposed to come together, like, and you totally just fucking derailed the whole shit. I mean, obviously it was derailed prior to all of that, but that was just the nail in the fucking coffin. That nobody wants, at least in my opinion. I don't want to fucking watch another Black Adam movie. That shit was a popcorn flick. It was like whatever. It wasn't 100%. Nothing that I want to see continue. I'm okay with if they dropped another one, but like, all right, yeah, like I'm not mad at it because there was a lot of action. It was just like, some good amount of action. That's pretty much it. But do I care. Like it ended, and it's just like it's not gonna happen again. All right, I'm good with that too.
Right.
Whatever. Anyway, let's get to some better news, in my opinion. So
I'll say that I cared less about Black Adam than I cared about Moon Knight.
You what?
I cared less about Black Adam than I cared about Moon Knight.
Yeah. And in my opinion, we still didn't get the best Moon Knight that we should have gotten. So
same. Well, agreed.
Right. All right. So a while back we talked about Gears of War now being turned into a live action movie. I had no idea until now that live action movie is going to come from Netflix. So Netflix is putting together this Gears of War flick. And Netflix is hit or miss, right? They have some great series that they can produce. They have the opportunity to make something great, but they can definitely drop the ball, right? Like it's not. We've seen some stuff from Netflix where they kind of go the route of just putting anything together, and it's just decent. It's not giving the attention to detail like what we experienced with The Last of Us, and hopefully they saw how amazing that experience was, and they'll apply it, but that's neither here nor there. They have that opportunity. However, I feel a little bit better about it. They hired John, I don't even know how to pronounce his last name, so I'm probably going to butcher it, so my apologies there, but John Spates, which is an Oscar-nominated writer for Dune. He's worked on Doctor Strange and Prometheus. So this is the person that's going to be putting together this universe for Gears of War, and apparently he's a big fan of the Gears of War story franchise and everything. So, but this is the person that's going to put everything together.
I won't lie. Based on the success of The Last of Us, I would like to see one of the game developers, game creators, game showrunners, whatever they were called. I would like to see them more involved in the writing and show running of this. Or not? It's a show or it's a film? It's a show. I know it's on Netflix, but I can't. It's
no. Yeah. My bad. Film. It's a film. It
is a film.
Yep, it is a film. It's they're doing that film plus they're doing an adult animated series.
Okay,
a film could be tough for Gears of War. I don't know if you guys played Gears of War, but there's a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
In that universe. That makes me a little nervous, a little hesitant that it's a movie and not a series.
It makes me feel like it's going to be way more popcorny.
Yeah.
Big action.
Yep. Definitely big
very
action.
Little story.
Yeah.
Which, not to say that there's not story in Gears of War. But I think most people that play the game are thinking it's more about the action and the chainsaw buzzing. And
with Gears of War, it's not like a Last of Us where there's nuances of there's not that much character development in Gears of War. Like you're chainsawing aliens with your gun. Like it's not anything groundbreaking, but still, you need that.
There's still something there.
Yeah. You need that TLC. You need to hit those beats for those gamers because they won't give that shit a pass, dude. If it sucks, like they're going to hear about it. And everyone's going to hear about it, basically. So that's, what was that, Casino of the Dead? Or what was that, Zack Snyder?
That's the only one that I'm thinking of as well.
Yeah, that's where I'm thinking it's going to be kind of, there's some dope action scenes, but like I don't know that it's going to be better than that. Like, but you said, that's the bar.
That's fine. That's the bar.
If you can get better than
that,
awesome. If not, if you're close to that, okay.
Okay, but, I'll take it.
But I mean, and that's not the highest bar in the world either. Like that's you know, it's not Oscar
So then
worthy or anything.
Yeah, so then we have a decent bar because Army of the Dead.
Army of the Dead. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, Army of the Dead was, when it dropped, it was a good movie to watch.
Wasn't that during the Pando
And
when
it's
we
not-
didn't
and
have
it's
fucking
Netflix.
anything, bro? We needed that. So like, I still think
but
that
I'm saying though, like it's a
jacked it up.
Netflix drop, so it's not like it's a theater release where they need to make this. But that also has its downsides to it. But I don't know. I'm gonna be optimistic about it. I think it's gonna be at least that, at least something like Army of the Dead, where it's gonna be dope. I like you said, I hope they have the creators of the game on deck to just to make certain shit just be that much better. We've already seen the fan casting for Marcus is Batista, and Batista saw that and he fucking put on the costume and shit and had the chainsaw.
Oh, he did.
Like, yeah, he did do that.
Oh, I did
like
not see
saying
that. I
like,
gotta look that up.
fuck yeah, like I'd be
It's
ready
so
for that.
perfect, bro. It's so perfect. We just need to get Tig Notaro a role, and we'll be ready to fucking rock.
For those of you who don't know, Tig Notaro was the person that they fucking in Army of the Dead. They pretty much
CGI'd in, right?
It was
they
shoehorned
CGI'd in Tig Notaro to replace fucking Chris D'Elia because he was under a bunch of allegations and shit. So they just CGI'd this whole different person. So if you really watch Army of the Dead and you see all the scenes with the one, well, she was a mechanic, right? Like,
Yeah.
in the plane.
Yeah.
If you knowing that, like watching it, you really didn't notice it. But then if you go back and you watch that shit, you noticed, oh, she's not really interacting with anyone. She's just
Nobody's
in
talking
the
to her.
scenes
It's like
on
Bruce
her own.
Willis in The Sixth Sense. That's what it's like watching this chick.
That was great. They should add Tig Notaro, just one scene with Tig Notaro in every movie. That would
Every
be great.
Netflix movie.
Yeah. All
That'd be
right.
great.
So,
Oh yeah, Dave Bautista as Marcus Phoenix is perfect.
It
would
really,
be
it doesn't get any perfect. Like if it's not
I mean,
Marcus
it's a little
Phoenix, they're
cheese,
fucking up.
But it's a fucking Twitter post. But either way, like with real Hollywood effects and makeup and costuming, yeah, that would look great.
yeah, that was my pick. I want to say. I think
Yeah,
I called
I
that,
think-
and then
I think
afterward
all
I
three
saw
of us
that. I was
picked
like,
it, yeah.
yes, he's down for it. So I can't wait to see what comes out from that. Even if it's just like a decent popcorn flick. I think with your concerns of it not being a series, it being a movie, I think they're building, they're doing what everyone is fucking doing right now, and they're betting on a universe,
A
right?
sequel universe.
Yeah, multiple movies, things like
Tough
that.
to
They need
pull
to
off.
just,
I mean, there is a Army of the Dead Part 2 coming out, right?
I think the second one did come out.
They did the sequel with the lock picking guy. Remember?
Yeah.
But that's not a real sequel. I think there's an actual sequel to the.
Oh, really? I'll fuck with that.
Yeah, that was a prequel, right? Because it was like as shit.
Yes,
That's
that was
right.
a prequel.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was a
that
prequel.
was-
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
Did
So-
y'all watch that?
I did.
I
That
did
was
see
dope.
that. Yeah. Yeah, it was,
Was
good.
it good?
Yeah.
Yeah. It
I,
was a nice.
I don't think I've pulled the trigger on that.
Oh,
yet.
it was.
It was. It was a good bank heist,
Bank heist.
kind of flick. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which reminds me of Kaleidoscope. Kaleidoscope was all right. It was pretty good. It wasn't anything.
still
I'm not
got-
telling you to
I gotta
run to go
go back
watch
to
it,
it.
but it was a good movie. Like in the end, that like the whole thing. But then I watched it in chronological order, so I didn't do the
I think-
randomness.
I think I got caught up on that whole thing.
Yeah.
You could watch it in any order, and I was like, oh, fuck.
Too many choices. I'm just
in?
not gonna fuck with it.
Yeah, and then somebody said that like, oh, they'll randomize it for you, and then I was like, oh, fuck, that makes it
Nah, I
even more
saw.
crazy.
I think I sent y'all a way to watch it like a
Tarantino movie.
Tarantino order
And the
and everything.
Tarantino one is the one that I think I started, But then every time I go to watch it, and I was like, oh, I got to go back and find that fucking image so I can reference the Tarantino order and make sure I'm watching in the right order.
I mean, that's how I had to do it for chronological order too. Like I just had to go in the list and just find that. But that was the way that Stephen King came out and said that he recommended that you watch it. In that sense, he was like, this
Which one, the
Kaleidoscope was
chronological
great.
or the
Chronological.
Tarantino? Okay.
So every time I went back, I had to go see what the order, like which color was the next one. So I did have to do that, and that's a pain in the ass. But it made more sense in chronological order because it does jump through time, like different parts of their lives and what point. Yeah. And it's just like X amount of time leading up to the heist, it's all the way up to the heist. And
I
then
don't know if
any
of y'all saw Money Heist.
I've never seen Money Heist. No.
Nah.
I started it. It was a little tough to watch just because it's a foreign language
That's
series.
what stopped me.
And it was also like really dragged out.
Yeah.
Like, especially once I learned, like, fuck, there's 4 seasons and they still are trapped in this fucking bank or whatever.
They have filler seasons on that show, not just filler
crazy. But the concept was, it seemed like it was similar. The way that they kind of, obviously Money Heist is a, it doesn't tell you to watch it in different orders, but it does jump in and out the different chronology of, the backstory and whatnot. So it was bringing me those type of vibes as I was watching it. I do got to go back to it and just watch it.
All right, so moving on from that, Dave, I'm throwing this out there for you because I know that you were super excited for the Gladiator sequel. Denzel Washington is in talks to join the cast.
Gazelle in there.
Yeah, so
did they have black people in Gladiator too? Oh yeah, no, there was the black Gladiator dude from Gladiator. I forgot
just
about
the one.
Just the one.
Hey,
yeah,
bro.
I mean, there's not many. Are they related?
This is a fictional story. Okay.
I'm
fictional
saying,
story. It includes everybody. There's Puerto Rican gladiators.
There's no
black
Puerto Rican gladiators. Don't you lie.
Don't be surprised you see John Leguizamo in there like.
Oh my god.
They didn't give him. They didn't give him switchblades.
What? They didn't give him switchblades back then. No. Yeah. At least not the size that you can fit in your mouth to spit out and shit.
Nah.
they were more like daggers.
I did see that though. I saw Denzel and then Barry Keoghan.
Barry Keoghan is also
another. Really? Yeah, I mean that's the big one right there, dude. Barry is on the come up, yo. I'll watch that dude in fucking anything, yo. He's gonna bring
Eternals too.
I'm there for it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
I'm there for that
Barry's
too.
in. Bring it.
I hope they get a new director for Eternals because homegirl that did that, like I try to, she's an award-winning director, but the movie that she was famous for doing prior to Eternals was exactly like Eternals, where it was like this long, drawn-out fucking story and shit.
Yeah.
Wasn't it the Mississippi Billboard movie or some shit?
Frances McDormand.
Or something. It was a Frances McDormand movie. I can't remember which one it was.
Three billboards from Tennessee.
Was it that one?
No, I don't. That wasn't.
That's not the one I was talking about. No,
I can't remember which one is the one that she won for, but it was a Frances McDormand.
Oh no,
movie.
Frances McDormand won for like she was in like a camper or something. She was in like a van. She was like almost like a hippie or some shit, just like living off the land and shit.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yes, that's the one.
What was it?
Nomadland.
Yes.
Nomadland.
I started watching that, and I couldn't get through it. But
nope.
Just because it was this long, drawn out story, and no,
it's just sad.
Yeah. With Frances McDormand.
Francis
I'm good on that. But yeah, hopefully they hire someone else to do Eternals too, and we can get a little bit more action. I thought it was great, but I
wouldn't say
Eternals,
it was great.
I thought it was a good movie.
No, good. It was good. But it wasn't great.
It was too drawn out, and that's not going to catch the attention of MCU fans. At least not the majority of them.
No.
But anyway, Gladiator 2 looks like it's turning out to be
decent.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Ridley Scott is back. We'll see.
Scott.
Last piece of information here that I have is Del Toro is actually doing a Frankenstein flick for Netflix.
Guillermo or Benicio?
Guillermo del Toro is creating a Frankenstein flick, and the cast is
as happy as if it was Benicio.
No, yeah, it's but the cast is looking pretty good right now. It's Andrew Garfield, Oscar Isaac, and Mia Goth are attached to this.
I'll be honest, I don't really fuck with a lot of Guillermo del Toro shit, like Hellboy and the shit that he does.
I like more of his Spanish movies.
I didn't fuck with. I mean, he doesn't. When I hear his name, I'm not like, oh shit.
I used to be. And the more that I see of his shit, the less I'm like, okay, he's just doing the same shit again.
Yeah, pretty much. Because like Frankenstein, it sounds like the same shit he did before with the fish man.
Like Hispanic horror. That's his genre. That's what it. That's what it is.
I don't know about that, but okay.
Facts.
Hispanic
because the movies he did that were amazing were the Spanish ones. Like Pan's Labyrinth.
Coraline?
I guess.
Did he do Coraline?
Even if he did, is that?
I wasn't a fan of Coraline.
Yeah, same.
I liked Coraline. I thought that was a really great movie.
Anything claymation can get fucked.
No, I thought Coraline was really great. I'm
I'm
not a huge claymation fan, but
No.
I thought Coraline was one of the few like interesting flicks.
You fuck with The Nightmare Before Christmas?
I do fuck with Nightmare.
Oh, that's so whack.
I don't. Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, that's good.
Like I said, I'm not a huge claymation fan. Pan's Labyrinth was probably
was
his
the
biggest
best movie that he's
Can't fuck with that either.
Yeah.
come out with. You couldn't fuck with Pan's Labyrinth?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that was so good.
No, that was a good one.
That was a good one. He apparently directed Hellboy. I'm sorry. Of course we know Hellboy, but Blade 2 and Pacific Rim.
I liked Pacific Rim with Charlie
Pacific Rim
Hunnam
was pretty
and
good, yeah.
Idris
I remember
Elba.
the Pacific Rim.
I didn't mind that. I thought that was all right. That's probably my favorite Del Toro movie is Pacific Rim, which is sad. I might as well not even be a fan.
No, I really enjoyed
Agreed.
Pan's Labyrinth. And did he write? I'm trying to find.
No.
Oh shit! He wrote Mimic. I remember that.
I do remember
Screen.
Mimic. I remember
Mimic,
the
yeah.
DVD or the VHS cover anyway. I don't know if I necessarily remember the movie, but I remember the green from the Mimic cover, the green font.
I thought he did The Orphanage too, but apparently he did not do The Orphanage, and that was a good movie.
I don't remember that.
It's it's a Spanish. It was a Spanish movie.
He did Blade 2.
He did. That's what I said earlier. I might have cut off.
No, we heard
out.
you.
Okay.
He's just reiterating how shitty.
Oh, gotcha.
That is.
Okay.
It's just like he did.
I can't remember Blade 2. How shitty Blade 2 was.
Exactly.
Blade 3 was. I remember Blade 3 being shitty.
That was the Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Where he had the vest on.
Yeah, that was the extra shitty.
You know what? I changed my answer. I think Ryan Reynolds should go after that bullshit. I forgot about Blade 3.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's cool as far as Frankenstein. It's like, okay, cool. I'm not super excited or anything.
Nah, I just
Let's
like
see
the
what
cast.
happens.
I think the cast is dope.
I'll wait for the trailer.
Yeah.
The cast seems interesting. I won't lie. The cast seems interesting, but I'll wait for a trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm particularly not running towards those remakes of like old school monster movies. With the surprise being the one Marvel dropped, Werewolf by Night.
Mm-hmm.
That was actually really good. But it was their take on that, you know.
Right.
But I'm not I never seen Benicio del Toro's Werewolf or what is it, Wolfman? I've never seen that.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I like Benicio.
Yeah, but when they're trying to remake these old horror classics, they try to give it the same look and feel of the old horror classics, the black and white, and they try to just mimic something
I'll
that was
say
so natural back then.
I don't think Dave has seen it, but Werewolf by Night on the Disney Plus, I thought was really good. With Gael Garcia.
Yeah.
I thought he
would've
did
said
a
that.
really great job.
Wish I would have said that. But anyway, it was very good. You should watch it, Dave.
Yeah.
It's the black and white, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard it.
They did it well. They did it well, and I think it was just a change in what Marvel was doing, so people were really into it. They didn't know what to expect from it, and it was a pleasant surprise. It was good.
I'll wait till Halloween time.
Sure.
Yeah,
I don't think it was it wasn't really scary or horror-ish, but it was Halloween-esque.
Yeah, Halloween-esque.
Halloween-esque.
Yeah.
Adjacent.
Because
Halloween
they paid homage to the old monster movies, but still found a way to make it feel current. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. Yeah, there's some playing around with the black and white and the colors, and then the story was pretty dope. It was good. It's definitely worth a watch. And it's at least up to now, it has nothing to do with anything in Marvel. But apparently that's going to be its own thing. That's going to be interconnected with something else that comes down the line in the same vein.
Okay.
But we'll see.
Every Halloween-ish time, they release something horror-ish.
Horror-ish. Yeah.
Horror-ish.
All right. But that's pretty much all I got. I don't have anything else. Do you guys have anything to add to this stellar conversation?
No, I got nothing.
No.
I was what does he got? What does he got? He got nothing. He's got nothing. Oh, there's a new Pornhub doc out. I don't know.
See that.
I don't know where it's
is it
actually
a doc
streaming.
or is it a biopic?
I thought it was a doc.
Sure.
I thought it was a doc. I only saw it on the torrent site, but I need to. I think it's just
on
the
Netflix.
history of it. Is it?
I think it might be
Either Netflix or Hulu. I figured Hulu always puts out pretty fire, edgy docs.
I think it's Netflix because I feel like I got an email about it, and only Netflix emails me about new things available.
New shit. Yeah, I gotta check out the Pornhub doc. Other than that, not a whole lot going on.
Yeah, I got to check out a bunch of things. I need to really get a list going of movies and shows that I need to watch when I do have a moment to my fucking self. I need to put that shit together. For sure.
Yep.
And,
it's a Netflix documentary called Money Shot.
Ooh. Oh, is it about the guy who got nutted on? Jeez.
That'd be a crazy doc. I would still watch that. I'd be I need to know the story about
I would watch that too. I need to know what went on with that. That guy's life and career just went downhill from there, and he's now living on the streets.
No, he killed himself 3 years ago. He's gone.
In real, are you serious?
No. I'm just saying, that's you got to do that if you get busted on accident. You're done.
Yeah.
Just call it. It's a wrap at that point.
Just call it.
Yeah. Like the dude that took the picture of that little black kid with the fucking.
Yeah, you're right.
What was it? A vulture behind him, ready to start fucking picking.
Yep. Fucking. Oh, that was rough.
That was rough.
Like the dude in Zack and Miri Make a Porno, he got shitted on.
Oh yeah, he got frosted like a cake.
Oh man. what was it that he said? Nobody say, don't ever say what? Shooting the shit or something like that.
It was something shit related. I don't remember what and I just watched that not too long ago too.
Love that movie. Yeah, I have nothing else here. And I did want to say that y'all were making fun of. This is where the whole thing started outside of the podcast of them making fun of me for watching shit, because randomly I watched I can't even remember the name of it now. A Netflix movie. Age of Adeline.
Age.
That's what I had ended up watching.
Hey, you saw the whole thing.
Yes, I did end up watching the whole thing. You know what caught me though?
Tell me.
Well, the story on, you know how Netflix catches, like when you leave it on there, it gives you a little bit of a trailer. Like, she doesn't age. And then the thing that caught me was the fact that Harrison Ford was also in this movie. I'm just like, oh, okay. So now I got to watch this.
No, Harrison Ford's not going to save you, dog. I'm sorry.
No. I was just explaining why exactly.
Did he save the flick for you?
Huh? No, it wasn't a bad flick.
Did he save it though?
No, not necessarily. No.
He's like, no, he didn't.
No.
Even old Harry Ford.
That's just made me like, I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll watch this because Harrison Ford is in it. Let me see what it's about. And it did not save it, but it wasn't a bad movie, so I don't regret watching it. Okay. But could I have made a better decision? Absolutely. Yeah.
I don't think anyone will argue with you on that.
Next time I'll watch American Psycho and become
there you go.
Get one step closer to becoming one of the bros.
He's literally you bro. You're literally Patrick Bateman. You'll get it.
Oh, that's so cringe.
It is.
Everything that I know about American Psycho and the fact that people align with this person as a fucking individual, that's scary. All right, guys. If you made it this far, that means you fuck with us and we fuck with you. Thank you for watching the podcast. Remember to rate, review, subscribe wherever you are watching or listening to this podcast. We appreciate you greatly. If you wanted to cop some merch, go to insensitivemerch.com. Stay drippy with Drippy and stay fresh out there. Other than that, we'll catch you next week. Peace.